Welcome, everybody, back to Fallout Long Road. I am your GM, Azim447. I am joined by the wonderful people here who have agreed to
Where?
join the game.
There are wonderful people here.
Yes. There's two of them right now. We have Silent, who is playing Axel Cooper.
I mean,
Say hi, Silent.
I think you might be confused, but then again, anyone watching this is watching on my YouTube channel, so they already know you're confused when you call us wonderful people.
Yep, I'm sure they do. Next up, we have you know what, Taylor? I always get this confused. Is it Taylorobey or Taylorobey?
Taylorobey.
Taylorobey. Okay.
It's actually a mashup of my real name, and Roby derives from Robert.
Ah, okay.
So it can also be pronounced Robbie, and that's fine. But currently, as far as I'm aware, in my family, it's Roby.
I don't know if I've ever had that clarified, but all right. And we're joined by Taylorobey playing MPR07, aka Door.
Hello, everyone.
And last but certainly not least is JacobTheMadMayor as Thomas Diego.
Thank you for clarifying for that. I would have forgotten which one of them was dead and which one of them was alive.
Good. We may have lost Jacob.
Oh no.
He may be dead.
That's a possibility.
I would feel really bad about the joke if he actually died, so please don't.
We also need him to make all the checks for the
I'd also like to note, while we're waiting for Jacob to get back, presumably, which you probably should have checked before you started, but...
That's fair.
Dan, you never really mentioned which two people... You said we have two wonderful people here?
I said three.
No, you said two.
You said two.
I said two of the wonderful people we have here, is what I said.
So which one of us is not in the count?
Hi.
For the love.
Well, that makes sense.
Anyways, let's give Jacob a chance. Jacob, you here?
Yep.
There he is. See, I told you Jacob was here. All right. Last we left off, although it has been a little while, so forgive me if anybody else here remembers something that I have forgotten. You all had made it into Area 51, specifically a underground bunker that was left over for Operation Long Road itself. You guys met with a Protectron that is now going by General Kelly for some strange reason, despite only having played a recording of General Kelly's voice. A little unclear how that's working out.
He's been uploaded to the cloud.
He has introduced you all to the bunker, which is intended to act as a main operations facility for said Operation Long Road. Where you guys are, or where in general your platoon was intended to attempt to reclaim America if, for any reason, the atomic bombs did fall.
I feel like whoever was in charge of that decision just really doesn't understand the concept of scope.
Well,
we'll take over the entire country with one platoon.
Well, I mean, to be fair here, they did clarify that there were several platoons scattered throughout the U.S. at other projects that were all under the umbrella of Operation Long Road.
I feel like that's still far too few.
We have three
It
people.
might be. Though, to be fair, I had to justify it being a secret.
America is kind of a large country.
Yes. But they kind of also weren't expecting there to be too much in the line of resistance, either. That being said, you guys did find
Opens
out...
the door. Hello, super mutants.
Yes, exactly. They were expecting a lot of that.
We got briefed on the Raiders, the Ghouls, remaining robots, the Brotherhood of Steel, the New California Republic, and the Enclave.
Yes.
Who we still don't trust.
Well, some of you don't trust. You guys were made aware the facility is unfortunately not at 100%. some of the power generators here at Area 51 that would normally feed this bunker have been knocked out. Although emergency power remains on, the command center does not have enough power, so you guys aren't able to communicate fully with the outside world. Some systems, although things like water and basic power supply might work, certain lights are still off in certain areas of this building. Certain doors would remain locked until you guys are able to get full power restored.
Yeah, the
You
command
guys
center is
were made
currently
aware
down.
of where those power generators were at, and they're kind of well, not exactly close, and there's a lot of things that want to eat you between here and there. Yeah. The problem is I couldn't find anything to fill that room.
Still empty.
It's supposed to be the medical bay,
Where's
yes.
my medical equipment?
But unfortunately, I kind of forgot to put that stuff in there, and Roll20 is not helping me with getting the supplies needed in there.
I'm just
When
screwing
I
with
try
you.
to look it up. Yes, that is a huge my bad there. That is supposed to
That's
be
fine.
the medical
just
bay.
Have
Use your
to.
imagination, people.
Why would you make a map and populate all but one room and then say use your imagination for that
I
one?
don't know what happened there.
I'm just messing with you, man. I can fill it in later with stuff if you want.
I feel horrible about it. But
It's funny because
unfortunately,
we have a medic.
yeah, when I tried to fill that room, I couldn't find anything on the darn Roll20 system. So
I
and
usually
tried-
import my own tokens.
When I try to import my own tokens, I don't know why, but for trying to do tables, beds, and that kind of stuff, I don't know what I was doing wrong, but I was doing something wrong. I mean, heck, for some reason, for a while there, I was getting this, where it wouldn't cut the corners for some reason.
Yeah,
So
it's not
it fixed it eventually. Like this came out later on, like the next day.
Oh, this is oddly appropriate.
But
I can't drag that in. Darn it. Darn you, Roll20.
Yeah, there was also that problem of some things just wouldn't allow me to drag them in.
No, I think it's because I'm not the DM.
Yeah.
But,
I can't just drag random token stuff in.
But we do have you guys did have a plan of action, if you will, of you're going to try to explore what you could of the bunker. And you also were planning on taking a nap before what you guys had last said was to tackle the power problem for the facility and get.
Yeah, that kind of needs to happen before our other main goal, which is bringing the truck and all our supplies in here, can really happen. Because otherwise, we can't really open the frickin'
yes, the motor pool remains locked until you guys get the power back on. There is another security measure to the motor pool that you guys haven't checked on just yet. And I'm kind of leaving that for a tiny bit of a surprise, although I guess you guys are exploring. But still, I'm going to leave that for narrative. To let you guys know, though, a couple of other things. When you do explore the facility, there's one or two things that do catch your attention. And that is, there is almost no supplies in this facility whatsoever. Outside of a few spare bullets, and I'm literally talking about, let me see here real quickly.
I think you said you were going to give us a list of the things that were here.
It's genuinely not big enough. So you guys had, let me see here if I have the right list here. You guys had, like 11 10 millimeter rounds, 2 hand grenades.
I'll take those.
And the food is actually not something that I wrote down here. Curse me.
That one, at least, given that it's like a mess hall, can probably just abstract it as like X days worth of clean food, water.
It's not a lot though. You have let's see here. Yeah, it's only like it's about a dozen clean water, purified water.
No, I'll hold on to all the food supplies for now in my gear. Just let other people have more carry weight because I have basically nothing.
And it's let's see here. Yep, there's 4 pork and beans clean, purified, if you will. 4 Salisbury steaks purified. And where the heck is? Oh, there it is. And 4 of the potted meats purified.
Okay, so hold on a second. Beans, pork and beans, and Salisbury. Hi, Jacob.
Jacob, are you sleeping?
Is that Jacob snoring?
Oh god.
I think it is.
That is unfortunate. And then
You were too
purified
boring to tell
water.
Jacob. Jacob, wake up!
Okay, you said there's a dozen purified water.
Yes.
And then how much of the others?
So that was 4 pork and beans, 4 potted meats, and 4 Salisbury steaks.
And all of them are 0 radiated.
Yes.
Okay.
They are all clean.
Quantity 4. So those I'm assuming are in some sort of either canned or MRE.
Basically,
format.
yes. You would consider all of that as MRE supplies.
All right, I am just gonna hold on to those in my inventory. I'm probably not actually carrying them. We'll just leave them here. I'm just tracking them.
There is something else I should go ahead and.
I mean, I could just carry them, I guess, at the moment.
Actually, you know what? So I'll have to fix this up later, as I should have probably done this earlier. But there and. Okay, so that will be the base supplies where you guys can drop whatever, food, weapons, things like that. This facility will preserve anything that you guys drop off in here. So like food and water won't spoil, things of that nature basically.
Okay.
As you guys have been exploring too, I go ahead and add this in there. You do come to the motor pool. The main computer is unfortunately off at the moment. Yeah, unable to have any interaction with it. And the door is tightly sealed, requiring the console in order to open at all.
All right, I put those in the base supplies instead of the. Let's see. We've got quite a bit of stuff actually just sitting around in the car.
What?
You'll already have some food and drink on you.
Let me know when you're out of the base supplies, and I will start bringing my stuff in.
Yeah, I have finished with them.
Okay.
Jacob, are you there now?
I haven't been here, dude.
Oh.
You were snoring.
Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
I was vaguely concerned.
I just kind of dozed off for a minute while waiting for us to be ready to start. I'm good now.
Right, so I put all the food in base supplies. We probably can't move anything over from vehicle holding yet.
Technically not at the moment.
I have some medical supplies, but weigh basically nothing, so I'm just keeping them on me so I can use them on people.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I would say MPR 07, you would find okay, 3 stim packs. Non-diluted. They're the normal stim packs.
Alrighty.
That would be with you exploring the medical bay that is actually not completely open like that. Wow, I feel like such a ditz.
Okay, so I actually have a very good stash of healing items for you guys. If we ever need them, because I'm so spec'd into medic that I basically, any healing can kind of just be first aid I apply. Like, I have a ridiculous amount of healing capability.
Impacts could still be helpful in like a tight situation or
Yes.
heavy combat or something like that. But
Or times when I need to treat like full-on injuries.
yeah.
Let me, because it's been a while, I do need to bring up the first aid action. Okay, we're making an int medicine test with difficulty equal to number of injuries. I can either heal HP equal to your medicine rating, which means my medicine rating is currently 4 with +2 because I've integrated medical first aid kit. So if I succeed on a medicine check, which requires a difficulty of 0 for me because I have medical diagnosis mod, then I can heal 6 hit points on somebody. I assume that I can't like just repeatedly do that on the same person unless they've like sustained new injuries that can be treated.
Well, I believe that is a major action, isn't it?
Yes. But I mean, I'm talking about like between combats.
Oh, okay.
In combat, yes, the stim packs are going to be much more useful. Or I
I
can
would
use.
say that, there would be like a recovery period, if you will, where like you can only do that for every, like, let's say 3 hours or something like that. You
Well, I
could
mean, I
still
just.
take the time to heal somebody
Yeah.
fully up, yes, but you're dedicating almost an entire day at that point then.
Yeah, or like they get hurt again, so I need to patch up new wounds. I can't just like spam first aid on the same person 3 turns in a row.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I'm actually using up like stim packs or things like that.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Excuse me, thank you.
At which point it's just flavor.
Yeah. Oops. Wanted to keep that open. Darn it.
All right. So, big question. It says that we've got a pool room with a pool table.
Yes.
How many pool cues are there?
I see where you're going with this. Yeah, I would say that there would be yeah, hey, hold on a second here. Oh shit. Okay, I guess I'm just saying 1 pool cue.
I feel like we probably won't use it as a weapon, but it's hilarious that it is one in the book.
Yes.
Because it is
rolling
one in the
through it real
games.
quickly. No, yeah, it's just like 1 pool cue is all that you guys get.
Oh, come on, you couldn't give us at least 2?
I rolled for it, and no, I can't.
We have to share a queue. Oh, this space is terrible.
Well, you guys can go ahead and find another pool cue or something, you know?
One of us gets a tire iron.
Don't scratch up the pool table.
That's why it's covered in felt.
Yeah. You can still scratch it.
I'm just sitting here like, which would be the least appropriate melee weapon to use? Lead pipe? It's fine. Power fist. Yeah, that might cause some issues. A sword. Freaking okay. Be that as it may, we've gotten a bit off track here. I believe that our plan was for the humans to rest, for NPR to effectively stand guard over them, but outside of actually getting involved in combat, get the same recovery that the meta currency has.
Yeah.
And then try and figure out a way to turn on some of these presumably nuclear generators.
Yes. Bringing you guys from that map over to the larger map. So everybody is down here at the barracks.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 nuclear-powered plants are up in the central, but a little bit north/northeast of you guys.
West, northwest.
Oh,
Ish.
yes, I'm sorry. I got turned around there. Yes, north/northwest.
I thought it said west.
Yeah, my bad there. North/northwest.
Okay, so lots of ghouls to deal with then.
Depending upon which way you guys go, you could be dealing with lots of ghouls, lots of scorpions. Yes.
I'm
Also,
just
just
slowly removing things from my inventory.
also, I think I recall, but I believe we picked like A2 as our point of entry, so that should be where the truck is closest to.
Yes.
Right, because it has the vehicle bay right there. So we were like, well, if we want to bring the truck in and we can get in the vehicle bay, that's the logical place to start at.
Yeah. But where you guys are actually going to be parking it, at least if you're going for the underground facility, is a little bit well, it's not these vehicle bays, if you will. It's going to be an underground facility. Basically, kind of the entrance for it is going to be somewhere right around here.
No, I just figured that was our logic in doing that because it's been a little while and I want to make sure I remembered correctly.
Right. So you do have the vehicle bays on the way to your guys' underground entrance for your vehicles, yes. But it's not necessarily like you're going to be parking in here, but yes.
Might be some old cars and the like in there that we could salvage parts from. Of course, that would require getting access, and that probably means we need power.
These vehicle bays you would be familiar enough to know that some of these bays would have not nearly as thick doors at some of their entrances. It would be possible for you guys to force your way into some of these bays. Not to mention, some of these buildings are still a little bit more damaged. You might be able to find a way in that is not through one of the main doors.
Mm-hmm. But I figured that's probably not our preference if we can avoid it.
As a side question, the ones that have additional usages are Fusion Core?
Yes.
Okay, I am going to put them under ammo, because that's what they get designated as.
Yeah, put it like an asterisk next to those, though, or something.
I'm also putting in how many we have. And what was the ammo type that the minigun took?
That was the 10
millimeter.
Which?
Oh, it was the 5 mil? I thought it was the 10 mil.
Okay, someone else is carrying that then.
Am I carrying that?
You might be.
I thought
nope, the only ammo items I have are the frag grenades and baseball grenades.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't have any either, but I know we got some. I might have to go rewatch that episode.
Do you have any, Jacob, in your inventory?
What are we looking for again?
5 millimeter? Oh, no, there's 160 rounds of 5 mil in the truck.
Oh, it's in the truck already, okay.
Yeah, I think we teleported some of that stuff to the truck, just for ease.
More like retroactively decided we were going to stash things instead of carrying everything on us while we were driving in the truck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alright, at the very least...
I don't even have any ammunition for my laser gun.
Okay, at the very least, I am under my carry weight. On my sheet.
I should probably get some, like, a little ammo for my laser gun, just
Oh, what do you need for it? Fusion cells?
I think energy cells.
I think they are fusion cells.
Just let me know. Just for yes. No, I've put.
Yeah, it is fusion cells.
Okay, how much does it take for each shot for you? 1?
Yes, like a normal person.
Oh, that's boring. I have 14.
Wait, no, hold on. That's not correct. I have 36. Why does it not have it in my gear?
Ah,
You know what? I'm fine. I'm just gonna actually just pull that from the compendium into my sheet and update.
the number. And don't
I mean,
forget,
we do
don't forget
know-
if you update the number on the gun,
Mm-hmm.
it'll automatically update your gear.
Yes, I had 36 ammo in there. I don't know what was going on because when I dragged it, it immediately went down to 1.
Okay, well, things that I just deposited at the base. 5 50 cal ammo, 4 44 Magnum, 2 missiles, 12 fusion cores. I totally forgot that Dan gave us 2 missiles. Uh,
I do
uh,
remember that.
a minigun, a double barrel shotgun, a board, a switchblade, knuckles, baton, machete, combat chest piece, heavy raider arm, leather chest piece, a combat arm, pristine military fatigues, a gas mask, a harness, utility coveralls, tough clothing, and formal clothing.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
No, that's all still left in my inventory currently.
Ah.
I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guns on me and/or weapons that I need to sort through.
I honestly should probably put some of my guns in there, but I'm not going to right this second because that's just more bookkeeping. And I know it doesn't matter that much because I've got my hands.
Yeah, no, this is mostly just like I want to get at least like my sheet under my carrying capacity. A big part of it was the missiles and the minigun.
Yeah, those tend to weigh you down a bit.
Yeah.
If we strap a missile on the front of a 5mm bullet, this could work. No, it won't.
You know, it won't.
But yeah, like I think the only actually useful things for me, I have a recharger rifle for medium range, a laser gun for close range that's not in melee, grenades, and a combat knife in case I need something sharp. The rest is superfluous. But yeah, no. So we get the humans some rest, and then what's the plan for heading out? I know our plan was fix the core, but I think our first step should be locate them, then diagnosis, figure out what's wrong, and then sort of go from there as to whether we can repair them, which ones we can repair, how much, etc. Also, if these are fusion reactors that are or like nuclear reactors that are non-functional, do we need to worry about you guys getting radiation poisoning? I'll be fine, but you know.
Oh, we need to find some kind of safety suit to wear.
I mean, I've got some Rad-X, but Radaway rather, but I don't think that's enough for like a nuclear reactor.
Need to find some safety clothing.
Call me crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, no, we could have this conversation in character once you guys wake up.
Yeah. Do you guys want me to put you back into the bunker, or this screen here okay for you guys?
I mean, I'm fine either way.
Either way, it's fine, I think.
So presumably, unless you know, Dan says otherwise, the night's uneventful. I mean, we're in a bunker that's
I'm sorry,
designed to be safe.
Sorry,
Yeah.
yes. All right, so you guys are deep underground. Difficult to say exactly how far underground. However, this facility is also, the bunker you guys are in is very, very secure. Nearly impossible for, well, unless you're a genius, to
Or
get
brick.
into this facility.
Or a death claw.
at least without making a hell of a racket. You guys get a very nice, very peaceful sleep in actual beds that have not been fully ransacked, although you guys, one or two of you might needed to have shifted some furniture around or whatnot, as again, the bunker looked very ransacked.
It's hard to
As
carry a mattress out. Blankets are a different story.
Yeah. Even so, you guys do find still plenty of blankets around, tossed maybe here and there, pillows, same thing. But
How-
that's
Here's a good question. How moldy are they all?
for the most part, actually, they're fairly well kept. General Kelly's done a fantastic job of keeping this place tidy for the most part.
Yeah, they've had a caretaker. that will- And a facility this secure isn't going to have a lot of issues with outside contaminants anyway.
Yes.
Particularly if it was built to withstand a nuclear war, you'd want some sort of filtration system.
Yeah, this bunker was intended to be a very safe, clean environment for not only players, but in truth, even military personnel to be able to conduct operations from securely and without worrying about them getting sick or dying just from trying to catch a night's rest.
You also get a functional shower, which
Yes.
I don't know about Silent's character, but that's probably a pretty novel thing for Jacob's character.
It's not hot water yet.
It's
You
still
guys need the full power for that, but yes.
clean water from
Yes.
a actual shower spigot.
Yeah, like I figured my
Which-
character had been in the military long enough that like he's been like through basic and shit. Like he's like going a couple days without a shower isn't super uncommon. But like
but-
having a shower, it's like, oh, it's nice to have a shower again.
Yeah, but
Even
Thomas,
if it's chilly.
Thomas, this is
I mean-
perhaps your first time. Well, aside from when you were younger in your vault, this is
Yeah.
perhaps your first time having true running water that wasn't from a river.
Yeah, I was going to say, wouldn't the Enclave have some sort of system, but they probably wouldn't have like full modern indoor plumbing.
They had some pretty advanced stuff actually, but this
It
would have
probably is-
been back when he was
Yeah,
much
but like
younger.
how
It's been-
long has Jacob's character been out of his bunker for? That's the question.
That is a good question. How long have I been out of the bunker?
You've been out of that bunker for at least half a decade, if not possibly more, really.
So this is your first
Uh,
shower in at least like half a decade.
Do we have how
Wow.
old your character is right now?
That's actually a good question.
I don't know. Let me try to take a look around here. Not really. So,
He would
going
probably
along,
be in his 30s.
probably in his 30s?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been...
You gotta remember, he's an active agent in the
All
city.
right.
And
Well,
if
You...
he's-
Oh, sorry. I keep on stepping on you. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
well, it's okay. It's just being stuck outside of where he's of the vault that he is from. Feels like a pretty long time, to be honest.
It has been. You were forced out when you were in your barely early teens, really. We're talking like 12, 13, maybe 14 at the best. You still have memories of everything that happened in there. But that would have been when you were forced out. So you've been out of that vault for more than a decade, actually.
Close to
Oof.
close to 20 years.
So there's no telling if there's that vault is the listening post has even active people in there.
Being that everybody was forced out at that time, that is actually sadly one of the reasons why your mother, or I'm sorry, your father, vanished on you. Is he went back to try to get the vault open again. Your mother never made it out of the vault.
Ugh.
That was stuff that we had talked about, but it's been a while, so unfortunately a little bit of reminder is required.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to give too much away for the rest of the party to have too much information, but work with that for right now.
Nope, it works for me.
But yes, it has been more than a decade, and this is your first time taking, albeit a very cold shower, still an actual relaxing shower that you have not had the pleasure of outside of a strong rain for a very long time.
Okie dokie.
And after you have all taken, or well, at least Axel and Thomas have taken a nice shower, Axel and Thomas, go ahead and I'm assuming you guys would want to at least. You would be feeling a little bit peckish at this point, so now would be a good time to quickly scarf down some breakfast.
Alrighty.
Some nice English breakfast of potted meat and beans.
Pretty much.
I guess Axel would be fairly used to that, being from the military before the war.
I was gonna say, are we eating what's here or what we have?
Well, what's here is what you guys have.
Well, no, we also have the food and water we have on our characters.
Oh, yeah, yes. But you have access to those few things that I'd already mentioned, as well as what's on your characters, yes.
Yeah,
And
no,
basic cooking facility, which can...
Yes.
Let me tell you, as a food nerd, just even a basic kitchen, you can do a lot to improve some very basic things.
That is true.
I'm just asking you from a bookkeeping standpoint. Are we deducting what we have in the base or from our supplies?
Your choice.
Yeah, your choice.
I'm gonna... I think I'm gonna nom on what's in the base to start with.
Okay. And just for a bit of role-playingness, is anybody going to go ahead and try to use the cooking facilities to the best of their abilities as is?
So I'm gonna eat a...
If nobody immediately objects, NPR is going to make breakfast for the humans.
Oh, go ahead.
This should turn out well.
All right. Let me see here. What do we have here?
I'm gonna start by knocking off a purified water for my character.
You know what, NPR, since it's you, a choice of survival or medicine, actually, along with, let's say intelligence, or possibly to put on a show for the party, charisma.
Nope, going for pure, this is good for you.
Okay. And I'm not putting any challenge to this necessarily, but roll me 2d20 under intelligence and whichever one, medicine or survival, up to you. I want to see what the roll is to maybe get some benefits here. Okay.
Hey,
good enough. All
NPR
right.
doesn't have a sense of taste, but he sure knows how to make something
Edible.
conceptually tasty and good for you and edible.
Alrighty. You know what? Here, let me take a quick look here. Well, actually, I should maybe specify or let blah, blah, blah. NPR. Is there anything that you would like to do while you're making this meal? Floor is yours for a little bit of role playingness, if you will.
All right. Let's see. We're going from the base supplies. It's all protein.
Yes, at the moment, that is all that you guys have available to you.
I'm assuming there's no other ingredients or spices or anything, so it's literally just going to be like, well, we've got a cooktop, and NPR is going to, while everyone else is getting a shower or whatnot, getting ready for the day, NPR is going to cut up some of the canned meat
I do have 2 clean carrots if you want to use one or both of them.
We can retroactively say that you would be familiar enough with Axel to know that he'd be fine with you chopping up his carrots to make a pleasant meal.
Right. So, take the carrots, grate them. No, peel them and grate them. Take a can of potted meat, dice it up very fine, fry the whole thing until the carrots get really soft, pour in baked beans, and just boil it for a bit. A little bit of vegetable, a little bit of protein, a little bit of fiber, and it's hot.
All right.
That
so
is much less than I personally would do, but it's about the extent that NPR could really get with the limited supplies and the fact that he has no sense of taste or smell.
All right. Silent, remove. You want to try for both the carrots, NPR, or just
I think
one?
one carrot will be fine. We'll save the other one for something else.
I would say that yes, one carrot will be fine.
Oh.
And I'm also going to dock an extra water for you using for the bowling. Oh, I've got it right here. I'm taking care of it.
Add a clean carrot back into my inventory.
Not boiling. Grating, then frying.
Oh, I thought you also said you were boiling something. Okay.
No, boiling, like, grate up the carrots, put them in the pan with the diced meat, fry it up until the carrots are soft, then put the beans in, and then boil the whole concoction together for a little bit.
Okay. I'm still gonna go ahead and deduct one more water for the whole thing. To add a little bit of moisture to everything.
Nutrition is important.
All right. So Axel and Thomas, as you guys have finished up your shower, making your way to the mess hall, you are surprised by this wonderful aroma coming out of the mess hall, as well as seeing NPR07 serving up on some very nice plates, actually, for you all. A surprisingly well-prepared meal for everybody.
Good morning. I hope you enjoy this. It has been put together with nutrition in mind, but I believe the theory of the taste is sound.
Morning, NPR. Appreciate it. Axel will sit down to eat.
All right. And Axel, this is probably actually the first time you've been treated to an NPR 07 meal prepared by him. However, it is surprisingly enjoyable, very tasty, and very uplifting as well. There's something just about having a nice, warm, well-prepared meal that fills you with a little bit more vigor. You feel better. You feel more energized, even.
I feel not irradiated.
No,
I think what he was describing was literally being irradiated.
not quite, sadly.
Why sadly?
However, one good little bit for you. And Thomas, I'm assuming that you might indulge yourself in this fine prepared meal as well?
Yep.
All right.
No misgivings about the fact that a robot is cooking it.
Surprisingly, no. Both of you...
Okay, I should specify. No misgivings about the fact that an Assaultron is cooking it.
Yeah, okay, maybe that. Although the mincing of some of the stuff would have been a little bit easier with those hands. But Thomas and Axel, thanks to NPR's efforts, you both receive 2 extra HP for the day, and a luck point.
And a slight dose of electroshock therapy.
NPR 07, you can see on their faces how everybody's feeling about this. And, I don't know, for some reason, your programming just, kind of gives a little bit of a back jolt, almost. Something about it just feels comfortable. You also are going to get a luck point as well.
He's developing emotions. Shut him down!
Shut down the newly emerging sentience in the robot that's done literally nothing but help you.
Yes. Skynet is
kills us.
Skynet is becoming real.
It's learning how to make food.
Kill it. Action points are 5, correct?
Yes, everybody has their own 5 action points. Yes.
All right, cool.
I'm honestly kind of amused because I was honestly given more preference. You guys would have had something probably less tasty and more healthy. Because that's literally what MPR's programming is. All of his survival knowledge or cooking knowledge is like, here's how to keep the humans alive.
It's not so much of how tasty it is. It's more so the mentally uplifting state of having a prepared meal at this point in your guys' life.
I don't know. That sounds like good camp cooking to me.
Yeah.
Do you get vegetables?
It's not exactly like you're having a 5-star meal in front of you.
Yeah, no.
Like that, but it is more than enough for, especially somebody like Thomas, who has probably never had this type of experience
for a while.
Yes, at least for more than half his life, almost.
Jacob?
I'm curious about his reaction to an Assaultron cooking. Again, that feels weird.
Is Jacob still with us?
Yeah, he's still here.
I'm here. Computing a bit.
Give him a second. It's okay.
So he's a little kind of like. I mean, he's a little surprised, but then again, there were robots back in his vault that were probably either cleaning or cooking in the sort, so it's nothing too far out the ordinary.
Most of them were security.
Yeah.
Still wouldn't be that far out of the ordinary for him to see it and kind of go, huh. But still eat breakfast.
Note to self.
By the way, real life tip. Shredding up and or grating up and frying the carrots in with the meat is a common way to, at least historically, get my brother to eat more vegetables. But it's also quite tasty if you do it right.
Note to self, the Enclave has Assaultrons as cooks.
Not quite.
I mean, there's Assaultrons out there that do cook quite a lot. Using the giant face beam on living flesh.
That's not quite the same thing.
Technically
I'm sure there might
cooking.
Be a coyote or something out there that appreciates it.
Here, your fresh roasted kebab, sir.
And with that, after you guys have had this wholesome, uplifting meal, the rest of you, I would say, would probably start to want to discuss what your plans, or at least the next course of action for your team is.
Well, we do have those generators to get back up and moving. That's what my thought was going to be the next bit to do.
I think before we can do anything else, we need to take care of that.
Do we know already where they are located specifically and a method of ingress that will work for us?
Yes.
We were told where they were, but they're just not on the map.
Yeah, unfortunately, again, I still have problems putting down that stinking text thing. I don't know what the heck it is. But for the life of me... See, it doesn't... I don't know why. Yeah, I cannot... I don't know why. I cannot seem to get that stupid thing to work.
Really? That's super weird.
I don't know. I am misunderstanding something about it. I don't understand what it is. But you have, Here, hang on a second here. Can I copy this? Yes, good. There.
So those are the 2 generators?
Yes.
Or the two entrances to the generators.
Basically, yes. The two entrances to the generators, yes.
Okay.
What do you think our best approach for ingress to the generators would be?
Who are you asking?
Both of you?
Team.
Okay. Well, I mean, from what we saw, there's a whole bunch of those ghoul things in the main throughway. But there's more if we try to skirt around, so we're probably gonna wanna hang a right, and just because NPR would be familiar with what I'm talking about, we'd probably wanna hang a right and cut across and make our way over, or we can conversely we can hang a left a couple buildings down and cut across and go up.
I would like to bring up a concern. I think that stealth would be the best approach, but I am not designed for such.
Yeah, unfortunately, in our group, I'm the only one that's really experienced in stealth. So being stealthy might be ideal, but it might not be entirely possible. And realistically, we're gonna want to eventually clear the whole place out.
Thomas, do you know any particular method for avoiding or eliminating ghouls that works well?
Repeat that one more time, please. I'm sorry.
Do you know of any particular method that is optimal for avoiding or eliminating ghouls?
Shoot him in the head. Quick shot.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Quick shot through the brain typically tends to knock him down dead.
Is there anything that is more specific to ghouls as opposed to other living beings?
Not really. I mean, ghouls are unshuman, you know, you gotta take that into effect. But, not really.
Well, my other concern is the scorpions.
Those are going to be a bit more tricky. Yeah, they can burrow and dig through the ground to come up behind you. Stingers are definitely full of venom. You definitely don't want to get hit by those.
Do you know what the physical capabilities of them are beyond the stingers and poison?
Snippers can cut you in half if you get caught in them.
What about those what were they called again? Doom claws?
Close enough.
Yeah, death claws.
I was doing that on purpose in character.
Yep. No, I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that's good. That was good. That would be death claws. Those are deadly as period. Okay, it's a lot of times you run into a death claw, you just pray it's not seeing you, and you turn the other way.
Oh, we spotted a couple of them, hadn't we?
I think we did, actually, now that I think about it.
You guys are.
We saw one or two of them on the way into the base.
Yeah. You guys are aware of at least 3, if not more. Yeah, let me see here. Yep, there's a 4th over there.
If we're trying to clear the base out, when it comes to death claws, we're going to have to be careful. Either try to lead them into a trap that's going to take them out quick.
Yeah, what about the minigun we got?
It'll make some work out of them, but I'll be honest, I'm not certain if it's going to take them out fast enough.
Is there any way in which we could turn these other creatures, the ghouls and the scorpions, against the Deathclaws? However that worked out, it would eliminate some of our problems.
It's a good question. I mean, a lot of times Deathclaws don't exactly get along with other creatures. These Deathclaws here seems to be just kind of getting along with everything, so long as they leave them alone. Maybe we might be able to kind of anger one if it's not seen us and makes an assumption, but
That's
a bit of a stretch.
That's a good question for the DM to know if this would even be worth attempting.
I would.
If
sorry.
I hid in stealth and used my silenced gun to shoot at a Deathclaw and hit it when there was like a pack of ghouls between me and the Deathclaw, and then like tucked back around, would the Deathclaw think that it was the ghouls attacking it?
These are animalistic in nature, so in general, if it's not entirely obvious and it is a predator type creature, it is possible to get them to think that the closer thing uh, is perhaps a threat to them currently.
Okay, so we have some options.
It is a possibility, although not necessarily a guarantee.
Okay,
there are
but it's
plenty
at
of
least
ti-
something
yes.
we'd be able to attempt without it just being like, the rules say I know where you are, die.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would also say, for the sake of you guys being able to consider this option, it would be possible for you to try to herd certain creatures in particular directions, although very dangerous and very challenging to basically get overwhelmed by said creatures if you're not being extra careful.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas, how much is known about the behaviors of the Deathclaws?
Do you want me to answer that one, Jacob, or you got that?
Yeah, you go ahead.
All right, so for the most part, Jacob, you are familiar that Deathclaws are, or I'm sorry, I should say Thomas, you are familiar that Deathclaws are an alpha predator in this world. There is very little that scares or intimidates them necessarily. And they definitely have no problem in just striking out at anything around them, not necessarily always for food, sometimes just because it's in their way. They almost seem to, certain times, kill almost seemingly for pleasure rather than for sustenance, if you will. There is, however, a certain degree of territorial is situations that will come up between Deathclaws and larger rad scorpions. In general, ghouls, for the most part, as long as they don't get too close, aren't a massive threat to Deathclaws unless they're hungry. But again, like I said, there have been plenty of times where they'll just strike out at something seemingly for the fun of it.
What about Deathclaws and other Deathclaws?
This is actually where things can get a lot more heated. Deathclaws do not always like sharing territory with with each other unless they are specifically part of a matriarch's pack.
Okay. Well, let's see here. Deathclaws are pretty much territorial. They stick to the area unless they need to go out to hunt and get some food for themselves or their young. Let's see here. They don't particularly like things being close by to their area unless it's prey that they're planning on catching later. You know? There have been some stories about some smarter than normal Deathclaws that really just kind of, well, they kind of get you with their own little traps in the sort. But for the most part, they're the apex predator. They're out to kill you. They are out to eat you. And if you get in their way, you better be ready to either save your own ass or be ready to die.
Interesting. Do you know how they respond to stimuli?
What kind of stimuli?
We have multiple explosives, and I was considering whether a distraction could temporarily cause them to vacate the area.
Doubtful. They're gonna be pretty darn stubborn to stick with where they've decided to nest. Even more so, if you bomb their nest and destroy their eggs, there's a high chance they're going to go into an absolute feral frenzy.
So the opposite of what we're hoping for.
Exactly. I mean, if we're going to try and get these bad boys out of here, our best bet is to get them into a kill box and set those off with it inside.
A thought occurs to me. How long would such a rampage last?
Hours, days. I heard stories of a mercenary group who kind of stole an egg from a Deathclaw nest, and that Deathclaw hunted them for days just for its young, just to recover its young.
Well, I typically do not advocate for the kind of destruction that this would enable. Is it worth considering that, given what you've told us, a stealthy destruction of the Deathclaw's nest may trigger them to destroy all of the other creatures nearby? If we were able to...
There'd be one thing we would absolutely have to be sure that we do not leave if that's the case. And that's a sin.
Interesting.
Alright?
As
Just
it
like
so happens.
pretty much just like as any predatory creature, these Deathclaw do hunt by smell. And their tracking ability is amazing. As a matter of, like I said, that one story, the mercenary group that stole an egg for a Deathclaw, that Deathclaw killed almost every single member.
It is possible that we may be able to put a false scent trail leading to the nest. Alternatively, another bit of information that would be good to know. Is there any chance that any of the ghouls in this area are sentient ghouls?
That's a bigger stretch considering the ones we've run into. Most sentient ghouls tend to try to stay away from feral ghouls. Try to find places to either kind of make their home or remain kind of like nomadic in a way where they're able to survive off the land without bothering much people who would rather shoot first and ask questions later.
There is something to bear in mind, though, Thomas. Something that kind of you do remember when you guys were scouting out the base. There was an odd thing of a glowing one seeming to lead a surprisingly large horde of feral ghouls on the airstrip itself at the base.
In like marching drills.
That's actually not as odd as you might think, but I'll let the guys ask about that first before I go into that.
Mm-hmm.
What about that organized group that we saw in the airstrip?
The ones with the ones that were following that glowing ghoul.
Yeah, what about them?
Yeah, there are certain ghouls that take on so much radiation that they become what's called glowing ones. A lot of feral ghouls will recognize them as pretty much a pack leader. They won't attack it. In fact, it's pretty much got good sway over the other ferals, in which it can literally kind of point and shoot pretty much. But that's about as far as intelligence goes. They're about as feral as the rest of the group most times.
Well,
Matter of fact, the more radiation they take on, the more feral they can get.
idea. What if we took out some of the ghouls? One of us could dress in the if we could get like some kind of timed explosive or remote detonation set up. Took out some ghouls dressed in their clothes to cover our own scent, and went over near them, and then made our way over from there to the nest, planted the explosives, then made our way back, and then kind of changed out and made our way back to the barracks, and then detonated from the bunker.
Might work. I still think it being a little too elaborate. If we're trying to get rid of these death claws, we're going to end up having to fight one or two of them head on sooner or later.
Well, that's fair, but at the very least, let one of the death claws and that pack of ghouls mess each other up.
As a point of interest, I would like to point out that, well, I have little stealth capability. I also do not have what would typically be considered a trackable scent.
You have been around us for a couple days. You might have picked up faint traces of our scent, but you got a point. That, however, would probably require one of us to distract the Deathclaw while you set that type of explosive up.
As an alternative, do you know of any way in which we could instigate the glowing one to engage with the Deathclaw rather than the reverse?
It really depends on how long these things have been kind of together. If the Death Claws and this glowing one have been together for a long time, then the glowing one would probably know better than to fight one of these things. It'd probably end up being more defensive, more of going on the defensive if one of the Death Claws decided to attack it. Then again, that brings about a good question on how this base came to be with ghouls and Death Claws. Normally you do not get a group like this at all. Deathclaw, it's either this place is filled with Deathclaws, it's filled with ghouls, but not both. This is actually a very peculiar situation where
You also said that Deathclaws are protective of their eggs. Rather than destroying the nest, would it be possible to relocate one of the eggs and instigate a reaction that way?
that might work. Again, the biggest question is the scent. Even if we were to relocate the egg over, if our scent doesn't match the scent of what we planted on, the Deathclaw might figure that even if it attacks the other group, it's going to still probably try and find and fight for retribution.
I mean, that should be easy enough. We can always just take some of the clothes off one of the ghouls and use it to carry the egg.
Possible, yeah.
And then have NPR carry it.
It's a risk. it's a risk, especially if we're going to try and set up a fight with these death claws against the ghouls. Because you also got to remember, we got to plant the eggs near enough to the ghouls for it to instigate a fight. And these ghouls, once they catch hide or hair of us, they kind of tend to turn and fight us because, well, we're dinner.
I would reiterate that I am not.
Dave still had the same reaction with you, even with us around. I'm not entirely certain they care if you had fleshy bits or not. NPR.
And you are dinner to the Deathclaw.
Yeah.
No, more of an annoyance than dinner.
We gotta find you some way of learning to be sneaky.
NPR, you mind if I take a look at your servos a little bit, see if there might be a way I can make your steps a bit softer?
Certainly, if that is what you wish.
That might help out with your sneaking a little. Might help with some of the sneaking around and the sort.
All right. So
now Dan is like, what the fuck do I make you roll and what do I give you?
It would be a pretty heavy science.
It would be a very heavy, science or repair, possibly.
Repair might make more sense.
All right, I gotta figure out if this is even something that's technically possible, or if I am being really, really nice, what kind of temporary advantage this could give you.
Yeah,
Is
something like
way that I am
temp
kind
fix.
of justifying what you guys are doing and how to do that then. So NPR and Thomas, I'm assuming you guys are going to take a little bit of time to see if there's anything Thomas can do to possibly make NPR 07 have an ability to sneak around. Is that correct?
Pretty much. We're going to, because even the big thing is right now the only one of us who can really sneak is Silent's character. And this is hinging on the fact of NPR being the one stealing the egg out with or without distraction of the Deathclaw.
And even my sneak isn't perfect.
I'd also like to point out that my original plan might still be doable without sneaking, which is set off an explosion that draws everything together.
And then steal the egg.
Mm-hmm.
And then hope they fight each other actually was the first plan, but, that also works.
But it's like,
Great way to plant it. Steal the egg, then have NPR just huck it into the middle of the ghouls and then run away.
That would actually very much elicit
a
very violent reaction.
I'm gonna say, probably the best option would be NPR carries it and plants it, and you're like planting it close enough to the ghouls. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna smash it over a ghoul's head and run.
Yeah.
Like,
but no,
chuck it at the thing and then run, and then hope it, like, the Deathclaw catches wind of the egg scent on them.
Yeah.
But no, I'm thinking about, doing what I can to help kind of fine-tune NPR's movements for better stealth.
All right, so...
Okay. And probably end up going ahead and spray painting NPR in a shadowed spray paint if there's any around the base.
We're just gonna spray paint NPR with like black spray paint.
Not where you guys are at. Not really, no.
We'd probably have to get into one of the vehicle bays or a hangar for some kind of metallic paint.
Yes, if you guys were to try for one of the vehicle bays, there might be a chance of that. But you don't have any resources that would enable you to change NPR's very vibrant current colors. Actually, no, you're army green, I think. No, well,
actually, it's more of a light gray.
Yeah.
coincidentally, is probably better than black for camouflage in this particular area.
Yeah. Actually, because NPR and Axel were both from the base, would we know which hangar they did like paint jobs in?
The big hangar is the one that you guys are the most familiar with. That's where a lot of the standard vehicles, tanks, jeeps, trucks,
The
things of that nature.
the big vehicle bay here, not the
Yes,
not that like
not
the hangar.
not the little one. The hangars. You guys didn't really have access to too many of, especially the big hangars.
Okay.
You would have had some access to the smaller hangars out on the west side.
Like out here, like if we had to like get deployed for something.
Right. Yeah, there would be vertibirds and just standard fighter jets, stingrays and whatnot over there.
Okay, but we're
Um,
mostly in the big vehicle.
We'll just go up and use the fully intact dip paint facility in order to get all my armor plates nice urban camo.
But yes, the smaller vehicle bay, however, you didn't have access to, and it was actually very restricted and very guarded at the time.
Okay.
There were definitely some experiments going on in there.
So what you're saying is after we get the generators up and running, go loot it.
Yep.
Maybe. All right. So, Thomas, if you want to go ahead, the first one is just going to be an intelligence and science for your first roll. And we will make this a, you know what, I'm just going to say a difficulty of 1 in this particular case. NPR is kind of helping you out. He would be explaining to you, oh, that's what this server is for. Oh, don't touch those circuits. That kind of stuff. So it wouldn't be terribly difficult to figure out what's going on inside.
3 successes. Nice.
All right.
Right, and I think I can also roll to assist.
This is not necessarily to do anything. This is more so to find out what all would be possible.
Yep.
But yes, you could roll to assist. It would just be a standard D20 at, I'd say, science and or intelligence and science again.
No, it just gives me an attribute. So, oh, there we go. Boop.
And another success. Okay.
Woohoo!
So very
Nice.
much so, yes. You get a very good feeling for the inner workings of NPR-07. If NPR-07 wasn't a robot, he might be feeling a little self-conscious of how much you've gotten knowledge of his inner workings.
That filtration unit is roughly analogous to an appendix. That circuit board controls the filtration unit in order to eliminate toxins from the environment that would otherwise corrode, and on and on.
Yeah, pretty much. In fact, there's probably too much information in some cases. Things do get a little bit awkward at one point.
NPR is very helpful.
Yeah, when you find out the one lever over here accidentally releases a decent amount of oil from inside of NPR-07. However, getting the full knowledge of everything, there would be a chance for you to muffle the sounds, albeit temporarily. And it would surprisingly be possible with some very simple, easy to get your hands on resources, such as simple foam from like bedding or feathers or even just cotton and whatnot. Things that are really just preventing the clanking and clacking of metal on each other for the most part in areas that would not impede NPR-07's reactions enough to make enough to endanger NPR-07.
Gonna look like an Assaultron wearing a ragamuffin as a skin suit.
To some extent, yes. Although most of it's more so internals. But yes. However, it would be very temporary. Is one big issue.
I will say before we do any of this, 2 big things we're gonna want to do. We're gonna want to clear the path over to those ghouls, and we need to actually find where this nest is. If there is a nest, we still don't have any actual confirmation that there are any Deathclaw eggs anywhere.
I also
But
didn't.
it
get
is
the
good
map
to know
over there.
that it's possible
That it's
to do
possible,
the.
yes. No, I'm just saying before we make any changes, we're gonna wanna clear a way over to those ghouls for NPR, and we're gonna actually want to confirm that there are in fact Deathclaw eggs.
Oh, there's probably gonna be a Deathclaw egg, so.
It would also likely be wise to procure some of the personal effects of one or more of the ghouls in order to disguise myself as one.
That part I agree with, yeah.
I go upstairs and drag down 2 ghoul bodies.
Mission accomplished.
There is definitely nothing that stops you from being able to do that. General Kelly, at some point walking by, would actually grab one of the ghoul bodies and start carrying it back to the elevator, not fully understanding what your guys' intent was or how they even got down there.
Oh no, no,
Yeah,
no!
hold that thought, General, real quick.
Hold that, General. That's something we're gonna need.
We're working on something to try and get those death claws to attack the ghouls.
I'd also like to point out that NPR at this point would have very neatly folded his fancy clothing and put them on a bunk.
I understand. Apologies. Maintenance program override. One moment. Accessing. Override successful. Will not disturb these bodies. Please remind personnel if you intend to bring down more trash.
Understood, General. Thank you for understanding.
I feel vaguely insulted. It's like racism against robots. Yeah.
It was the bodies
weird.
taken
There's
away.
the bodies!
No, I meant the way you were talking.
Oh. Wait a minute. Don't you use a voice mod?
Yes.
Anyways. Yes. Minor thing. Not really going to impact the story at all. But yes, there is that little fun for you guys. Alright, so the plan is to...
I'd like to take this time to ask the General, where are our medical equipment? I'm just kidding.
Bleep. You.
Hey, I can do anything better.
Anyways, though, so is the plan for you guys to go ahead and start retrofitting MPR-07 now, or do you guys want to try to clear out some more zombies?
No, we need to clear a path and locate the nest first.
Yeah.
Besides, this will give me time to get together the stuff to be able to do it on the fly once we're ready to go.
I think it would also probably be wise to pull some of the stuff from the car, well, most of the stuff, but at least some of the stuff from the car to here in the base in case anything goes wrong.
We'd have to ferry stuff back and forth unless we can get those generators on first, which realistically we could probably make it to the generators without
It's entirely possible, yes. We might not even need to deal with death claws at the moment.
Not immediately, but we will have to sooner or later.
Yeah, I think this is more just like planning for like
the future.
The inevitability of these things are a fucking problem and there's 4 of them that we know about.
Perhaps if we tried to barter with the scorpions.
Yeah, no.
What are you buying?
What are you selling?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, wait, no.
That's the
we go full
reaction.
bard. I roll to seduce the Deathclaw.
Roll
There are
seduction.
multiple reasons why that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
We lack some of the equipment.
That might not matter to a Deathclaw.
So, about getting to those generators.
This is as close as I can get.
I'd say it probably would be speech.
Oh yeah, no, that's a thing, isn't it?
Yep.
Hey, it's one success. That's more than the 0 you had last time.
Yeah, but it's unimportant because neither of those are actually for anything.
Yes, I know.
It's just me trying to show how bad I am at this.
Yep. I get it, but I'm allowed to have my fun too. So a Deathclaw walks up behind you and no.
Me want robot husband. Bonk.
Yes, you just have a Deathclaw walk up who is carrying a club and just carries off MPR-07 by the non-existent hair.
Cool, so let's get
but
those
in
generators
case of-
on.
Robot death by snoo snoo. Anyway.
All right, so you guys are planning on just heading straight for the generators?
I think, our current plan is head left, try and engage with as attracting as little attention as possible. Make sure we have a secure way back to the bunker in case anything goes horribly wrong, and get up to the generators. Yeah, which means a lot of me walking up and effectively killing things at close range.
Well, for the most part, with the terrain as it is and such, you guys actually are fairly capable of making it, if you will, basically coming, well, actually I'd say, depending upon the route that you want to take, you guys do not have incredible difficulty getting to, roughly speaking, about here-ish.
I was gonna say, yeah, the lone ghouls I could literally just walk up.
Yes, and the terrain as it is open enough, or well,
tight quarters enough that, as the case were.
Or there is enough debris and whatnot where you guys have a fairly easy time, even if you're not necessarily trying to sneak, but getting out of sight and getting to better positions to quietly remove some of the ghouls that are in your way.
Reach ghoul.
Act
Put
as
hand
door.
around neck.
Yeah.
Squeeze.
We are in close enough quarters that door can act as his namesake.
For the most part, yes. Ooh, excuse me, sorry.
Okay,
Alright.
so we've gotten up to here.
And actually, I need to swapping you guys around a little bit. The map should not be should not be covered in fog. You guys are kind of going to be coming up more or less from over here with the direction you guys took.
And this is the generator
sorry, hold
building
on, what?
here?
Yes, this is the generator room over here.
And the second one would be up just to the north here?
Yeah, above that building there.
Okay.
Okay, so we'd be coming in from the southwest.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys are coming in from over here in essence. And actually, with that, I'm going to go ahead and quickly, thank you, get rid of those guys. More so placeholders on some of these ghouls.
So I think we've established that unless there's a large group of them, the ghouls just physically cannot hurt me. So picking off singular ones.
Pretty much, yes. That being said, I still want to have, a little bit of fun with you guys rolling for stuff. It's not going to be as much fun if I just keep on deleting ghouls in front of you.
Well, singular ones, sure, but if there's a group, then they can run past me towards the humans or overwhelm me. But a single one in like a 5-foot wide corridor is just dead.
Yes. You know what? I kind of did mean to. Well, it's okay.
You know, for a medical robot, NPR is really good at killing humanoids. I'm sure that won't
yeah.
come up in any way otherwise in the future. These guys are basically already dead, right?
For the most part, yes.
Cool. Doesn't violate the ethical programming.
They're not quite zombies, but you know, something very similar to that at the very least. Yes. All right. I would say, hey Jacob, go ahead and throw down your token real quickly.
Where is it?
You have to grab it from your
Character
sheet, basically. Click on the picture itself, drag and drop.
I'm just trying to find where everybody else is.
Bottom left-hand corner.
Bottom left corner.
There y'all are. Yeah, I got it. There we go.
All right. I really should have gone ahead and probably fog of war some of these buildings' interiors, but it doesn't really matter
You
that
can
much.
fog over the buildings and then move stuff around on us. Go for it.
Or just, we don't metagame either way. Mm.
It's okay for right now.
And there goes basically everywhere. That's the only thing I'm pulling out of this.
A lot of these buildings actually over here do have some crumbling bits on them at this point. In fact, in some cases, especially the building right next to you, which I actually forgot to do.
A couple of the buildings are also cars. Oh, wait, no, they've just crashed into them.
Yes, there's a few buildings that have vehicles crashed into them. Some of these buildings do have like crumbling portions and whatnot. It's not exactly something you can squeeze through necessarily, but if you guys wanted to, you might be able to push some debris around and find a different hole into some of these buildings.
Is that like the darker parts of the wall?
Not quite. That's just texturing, really. But
okay.
The original creators of this base had some very interesting ideas about interior and exterior decorating.
Yeah, sure looks like it.
Hey, I tried.
I mean,
I was mostly referring to the cars as like wall ornaments.
Okay.
The cars as wall ornaments. That's what I was referring to.
At the very least, even with all these crumbling bits, they still seem to be standing, which means there are load-bearing beams inside of the buildings.
That is a thought.
Unfortunate that we do not have our demolitions expert with us.
Whatever happened to him?
I believe he died.
I have no idea.
Who was it? Which one wasn't the demolitions expert? Ilrin.
More or less, yes.
Let me check my notes real quick.
Look, there's a giant Ilrin.
Wait, no, that.
Yeah.
Whatever
happened to him?
No, that was Ilrin, yeah. No, I'm thinking of something else. Blur. No.
I remember.
Well, he doesn't
I
really
mean,
have
I've got
explosive necessarily, but yeah.
half decent explosive skills.
Yeah. But yeah.
Whatever happened to King?
The world may never know.
He dead now.
No, actually, no, you're right, NPR. Carlos. Carlos was your guys' demolition expert.
Oh yeah, no, he's fucking dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
That was correct. See? I'm very often not wrong.
King is
yeah.
missing.
We don't
From
know what
life.
happened to King, but he wasn't in the pod he was supposed to be in.
No, his pod was never open, which is weird because he made it to the launch pad with us.
Yes. The GM's way of saying, in case Ilrin never comes back, I saved his character. Ugh.
All right, well.
This is a dangling plot hook somewhere.
No, I never gave you that idea.
Don't ask me why. This map here, it left the doors in, but the other maps, it just has openings. I don't understand.
It's very weird that they have like that fake transparent.
Yeah, well, that's because they're not. I guess they're not
Should-
supposed to actually be allowed.
They have,
But
yeah, they have like this fake transparent checkering that's transparent but not transparent, and it's very
Right.
weird.
yeah, I don't know why it did that because I've had other maps where I've had the doors, and they just don't appear when I bring them over here. So, yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna try to sneak over to the door and peek in.
All right. Go ahead and roll me. Yeah, what is that? Sneak and agility.
Okay. So just sneak the normal sneak roll.
Yeah, normal sneak. Yep, normal sneak roll.
Yeah, 1 success.
Good enough. All right. So yeah, you kind of have to crack the door open a little bit. There's a moment where you hear the faintest squeak of the rusted hinges. However, you take it nice and slow. Nothing too major happens. You're looking. It's a little bit dim, a little bit dark, but you are able to see a couple of ghouls shambling back and forth for the most part, wandering mostly aimlessly. Let me see here. Actually, give me another roll. This time for shit. Do they have? No, of course they don't have perception or anything like that. I always get that confused.
That's a stat.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Give me
survival?
perception. Yeah, perception and survival.
The default on my quick roll.
Good enough again. They're not exactly being quiet, and you can hear that there are certainly more ghouls inside of here. Every once in a while, you just hear this kind of hissing, gurgling sound almost. And a few other times, you can hear something kind of get knocked over off in the distance, inside the building still. But nothing else other than those two that are visual shows itself right away.
All right, but I can hear stuff.
You can hear
up
you
in this area.
Yeah, exactly. You can hear the fact that there's some sounds coming from this room here. The door is actually ajar. You hear something muffled a little bit
Oh, okay.
come from this direction over here.
All right. Yeah, no, I'll kind of hold up my hand and using just hand signals indicate there are multiple hostiles in the building.
Pretty much.
3 words.
uh,
No.
NPR 07 and Thomas, roll me perception and survival.
Trying to decipher my hand gestures.
Hush, I'm allowed to do it because I'm the GM.
All right. Well, NPR's hand gesture reading module has fried.
I feel like that's more like I just couldn't get a clear view of what he was doing.
Yes,
It makes a bit more sense.
NPR
then.
was distracted and was not paying any attention, unfortunately, to anything that Axel was doing. Thomas, give me perception and survival.
I want to say that I was paying attention, but I only got like half of it because he's like blocked by part of the door or something. I'm just at a bad angle. Here, let's make that make more sense. I'm up here taking point for protection.
Yeah, there you go. That works.
Jacob?
Thomas, old buddy. There he is. Roll me perception and survival.
And that,
Yeah, that's a custom one.
mm-hmm.
Just surviving, because actually perception and survival is a very common roll you need to make.
All right.
Well, at least it's not a critical failure.
At
Uh,
least.
He's blind now.
so,
You're halfway in the thing before you're doing these hand signals, aren't you?
but I would still say that Thomas.
I'm half giving the hand signals, half checking to make sure I have enough ammo to blow out a small country in my gun.
Thomas, you do get enough of the general gist of what Axel is trying to convey. But to be honest, you get a little bit confused as you think that there's only like 2 bad guys inside of here. And that's because, much like MPR 07, who's just not paying any attention whatsoever and has no idea how many bad guys might be inside this building.
Guarding for people coming to the door.
Yeah, you two were kind of looking over your shoulder to make sure that nothing was coming around the side of this building here.
I am a good robot.
Yep.
All right, so Axel, you going to go in?
You gonna try and get NPR's attention to get him to go in with you?
I'm gonna look back. I'm gonna see Thomas like looking confused, but like being alert, and NPR like looking in the other direction. I'm just gonna take like a small pebble and like throw it over towards NPR.
The NPR turns towards you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna like
There's that turn order.
jab at the door, point at my gun, like pretend to be firing at stuff.
Yeah, it's enough for you to figure out what's going on, NPR. Though, again, you would be unaware of the number of bad guys.
There are enemies.
Yes.
I am more durable than the
Oh.
humans. This is roughly all I need to know.
All right, give me this. Let's try this again. There we go. Always makes that fun. Okay.
I am a big number.
Yes, yes, you are.
All right, so we have our initiative up. Jacob, we need your initiative, Thomas.
Initiative
There we go.
from
All
Rico
right.
Suave.
So, I'm not going to change the music too much for this, as these guys are really not going to be that much of a challenge for you guys, unless
I haven't even been
something
hearing
really
the
bad
music.
happens. Huh?
I haven't even been hearing the music.
Oh, yeah.
I have.
I'm gonna reload the
Uh,
page real quick.
Let me see here.
That'll give me a chance to grab a soda real fast. To be right back.
That is definitely not what I want.
Yeah, whatever music that is, like it's not coming through for me.
Does that one come through at all?
No.
Yep.
Goodness, man.
It's come through fine for me.
Yeah, I'm not getting any music at all. And my music's all the way up.
That sounds like it's a problem on your end then.
No, I have everything's as it had been when we started up.
What about now? You hear
No.
anything? Oh my
I'm
goodness.
sorry, my
really?
good friends, the ghouls, but I must kill you.
All right. Well, I'm gonna turn this one here on.
You might need to refresh roll 20.
Yeah, let me
Who, me?
try.
Okay.
Let me try refreshing again. Seeing the music is paused. Yeah, I thought you just didn't have any music playing this whole time.
I've been having music playing the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, granted, I have ambient sounds, so it's not. I don't try to have something that drowns out our voices or something like that. But I mean, we have it cranked all the way up.
Are you refreshing Roll20?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, give me. All right, so I have to exit out of this thing then. Okay, just close. Give me a
Ex-
minute or two.
Right now I'm seeing the music as like not even moving up in the time.
All right, reloading. And let me stop, play.
Hey, there we go.
Okay. All right, so there we go. At least you got something going. All right, Axel, you are up first.
Alrighty. Should be fine-ish. I'm gonna try to... First, I'm gonna open up my character sheet again.
Tends to be important for, knowing what you can do with your character.
Yeah, just a little.
I'm gonna try to
Man.
sneak into the building.
All
Imagine
right.
the damage I could do if I'd actually built like a strength character.
Do you need me to reroll?
No, I'd say we can go ahead and keep your current success. That's fine. These are ghouls, so not exactly the hardest thing to sneak around.
Hmm?
So yeah, we'll take that for right now.
Alright, well... Slip in. Let's see. I'm gonna peek into this room.
All right, easy enough. You do see just a single ghoul in there. Again, just kind of shambling back and forth a little bit. Not really any seeming purpose to his movements.
Okay. And where is... Extended rules? No, those are just guns.
What are you looking for?
The range.
Should be listed with your weapon.
Yes, I know the close, medium, etc.
Okay. Yeah, close is going to be 50 feet.
Where are all the ranges listed?
Shit.
New range and blast rules under the handouts.
Okay.
About halfway down.
Okay.
Yes. There you go.
Okay. What do I want to use? Let's take the 10. And I'm gonna need to pull up all of the different... spread, okay. So it's been a while, so I'm re-remembering how...
Yeah, I know, don't worry.
So I have my 10. It's suppressed, so only the primary target will know where I am, which is going to be the...
If you don't kill it.
I mean, you could probably afford not to just blast all your ammo on ghouls.
Actually... That ghoul was going to be... the only one that's not giving me a penalty.
Yeah, your difficulty is just going to be 1.
So we're going to use this instead. I'm not gonna have to use that. It's a fire rate 3 or plus gun, so it gets 1. Oh no, that's damage. It's damage. So, submit to hit.
All right, that's a successful hit. And then roll for damage.
So there's 1 automatically. Not gonna be able to use that. Don't use ammo for. No, I'm gonna fire a 3.
Okay.
No, we're gonna fire a. We're gonna use 2.
Okay. So you're adding 2 more damage dice.
Yes, so that's 3 ammo for the shot total.
Okay.
And
Triple fire burst.
All right. So 3 damage.
concentrated fire. When ammo is spent to increase the damage, which it was because of the fire rate,
Right.
I can reroll up to 3 of my damage dice.
Okay.
So I'm gonna reroll the 2 misses.
Okay.
2 misses.
Wow, that sucks.
Perfect.
All
I
right.
mean, you're increasing the odds, but there's still odds.
Yep. So, yeah, 3 damage to that one, and then I'm gonna tuck back out and take up fire position at the door.
Okay.
Because that was not silent, so that's
Oh,
bang,
really? Okay.
bang, bang, bang.
Ah, okay. So just kind of let them know that you were here. All right. Next up, Thomas.
All right. Which one did Silent shoot at again?
This one on the left. However, he then backed up and took up a firing line right alongside of you.
You would also know he did not use silenced ammunition, so...
No, I heard it.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to ready my plasma pistol and be ready to fire as soon as something enters my line of sight.
Okay. And I should have known this. MPRO 7. It is now your turn.
I am going to move forward.
We are in need of a door.
Yes.
And I can't, become the door without getting in the way of your line of fire.
That's fine.
It would increase
So-
everybody's difficulty by another 1.
Instead, I'm going to just walk in and wait for them to come to me.
All right.
I will prepare to stun punch the first one that comes up to me.
Okay.
I will ready that.
And the first one that comes running up to you is the one that actually got shot.
Okay.
And he comes up to you, pulls his hand back to strike you, and I would say that you still would activate before he does. Not that he can really hurt you on his own, but,
All right.
5 defense.
And
It's not even that high. They're just ghouls making unarmed attacks. That's the only problem.
And kitty punch.
That is definitely a success.
And then I roll a lay damage. 4 energy damage, and
oh
he's
my
stunned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprisingly not dead, but you kind of just grab him by both arms as he's trying to swing at you, and just let him have both fists as the bolts of electricity kind of just arc all across his body. The ghoul kind of screams out in pain a little bit there.
In hindsight, it's a good thing I'm powered by an internal fusion reactor. Otherwise, this would take a lot of battery power.
And this is what happens when a ghoul is used to complete a circuit.
This definitely alerts all of the ghouls that weren't already alerted.
Which should have been all of them, because they fired a gun.
Yeah, a non-silenced
They're
gun.
pretty much all alerted, really. Yes, but those screams just added to the whole situation here. Okay, stop that.
Movement's typically 30 feet, yes?
They are using their major action to run.
Okay, I figured. Just wanted to double check, make sure I had it right.
Yes. Not to worry, but yes, they are indeed running.
Things can run. This game's so overpowered.
All right, but unfortunately, none of the rest of the ghouls can make it there.
The one up here. Can you hear? He was.
Hang on just a second.
He was 50 feet away from me.
Okay. Yes. Yes, he does. All right.
This one was 65. This one was 105.
That one's inside the building.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
two walls between you will do a lot to dampen sound.
That's
Yes.
fair. That's fair.
But that one's standing right next to the wall. That makes more sense.
Yeah, he's outside. He could possibly hear something.
That's
Plus, like I said, there's going to be holes throughout these walls.
Mhm.
Small holes for the most part, or just degrading walls. So, yeah,
No, that's what I wanted to check. Cause like they're really close. They might have heard this.
They might have. I rolled for that guy. The rest, nah. I'm saying they're far enough away. But all right, that is all of my ghouls.
Enough away at least that it didn't like grab their attention. It was just a background noise.
Oh, you know what? Actually, also, Thomas.
I get to shoot at one of them real quick.
I would say that if you wanted to shoot at the one that ran right up to NPR, that would be a +1 difficulty. If you wanted to shoot at anybody else, I would not give you the difficulty.
That's gotta be one of the others.
I've made the comparison before, and I just think it's hilarious. I'm effectively a paladin.
Yup.
You actually are in many ways, yes.
Oh, nice.
Very
Very
nice.
good.
Okay, you definitely hit that guy. Which one are you shooting at, if I may ask? Oh, the
This
damage
one.
was surprising. Which one, sorry?
This one right here.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So, alright. Only 3 damage, surprisingly.
That's odd.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a... I believe you can use a luck point to re-roll 3 of those,
Yes.
if you desire to. Don't forget, you guys do all have a free luck point today.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Let's do that. How do we roll damage?
Just
from your character
click on the
sheet.
additional damage dice.
Yeah, re-rolling empty ones, you can just roll additional dice.
Yeah, it kind of will affect the...
You know what? We'll
Oh.
just take the first 3 of that. So
Okay, so 2 more damage.
all right, that works.
Okay. And actually, roll for location. Roll a d20.
Yep.
Sorry, I keep forgetting. They don't have a location dice, which annoys the bleep out of me.
Yeah, we know at this point that it's a D20.
Yeah. Okay, 17.
Left
All
leg.
right. That's enough. Okay. So,
I just shut his left leg off.
yes, you just shot his left leg up. He is he falls prone to the ground. He can still crawl, but that's about the best of it at the moment.
Perfect. This is great.
Yes. All right. So now with that out of the way, Axel, it is your turn again.
And it's the same thing, targeting any of the ones that are just like back.
Alright.
In here are not additional difficulty.
Yes.
Alright, we're gonna target this one.
Okay.
Sling
Maximum burst damage.
the 9 mil back. Pull the 10 out.
Okay.
Gonna roll to hit that upper right corner.
Okay, go for it. That's gonna be more than enough. Yep.
Perfect.
All right.
So
And now he's going to spend like 6 bullets.
that's 3 extra for fire rate. That's an extra free damage dice for commando. That's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice.
Nice.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
So I'll only use 1 additional AP for the gun fu,
Okay.
which is just burst, but different.
Don't remember Gunfu off the top of my head.
When I succeed at a ranged attack, I can spend an AP and an ammo to hit a second target within close range of your initial target. The second target takes the same damage as the initial target.
Oh, okay.
Burst triggers on an effect die. Gunfu I can trigger for an ammo.
Gotcha. Okay.
Wait, does gun fu? Hold on, I want to go read the wording on that real quick.
It does not. Yeah. I'll actually just put it into
There you go.
chat
That
there
works.
for you.
Okay, so it is just burst. It's not a second attack on and the same thing with the same damage.
No, it's not.
Just burst.
It's just burst. That being said, burst specifies I can hit 1 additional target as well, so I could theoretically hit the same target with Gunfu and
Technically
burst,
speaking, I think you could.
which is kind
Yep.
of silly, but yes. Also, this attack is 5 ammo,
Okay.
which isn't terrible.
Nope.
It's not the most I've spent on an attack.
All right. So 7 damage.
So we do 7 damage to you, 14 damage to you, 7 damage to you, and 7 damage to you.
All right. Okay. Actually, it's only got 1 health point, so who cares at that point? All right. So yes, as Axel kind of peeks in through the corner again, lines up a shot on the back guy, and just lays on the trigger with a nice brrrt, as 3 of the 4 ghouls that are currently charging at MPR07, the one that's right in front of MPR07, surprisingly,
Wouldn't
all
that be
just drop dead.
because you increase damage with the fire rate, and then you increase because burst requires an additional shot per use of it.
Oh yes, that's right. You
yes.
have to
So
spend the
I do
bullets
have to
per
spend
burst.
one additional ammo for the burst.
Yes, so that's 3 more
Per
bullets
target.
per target. So that's 3 more bullets if you're targeting the other 3.
1 additional shot, which we've been counting as 1 ammo.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Each additional
That's
target.
per.
Oh, so yes,
burst.
there are 3 additional targets, so 3 additional ammo. You are correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Taylor.
Yes, thank you.
I am curious though. Burst isn't a weapon property; it's a damage effect.
Yes.
Would you argue that taking the same damage also takes the same damage effects? Because I believe we did something similar with cleave and bleed.
Yeah, they would, but I don't have any extra weapon effects.
Yes, you do. Burst is.
All right. Okay. So I think what he's trying to say is, when you kicked off Gun Fu, if I'm understanding you correct, would it have triggered another burst on this target?
Because it's taking 7 physical damage with that roll and the
I
burst
would
effect.
say no, because it's just the damage that it takes.
If I kick it over to Gun Fu, and like in this case, I have an extra effect dice, would I be able to kick the damage back by using that last effect dice?
I would say not in this case, as I think that's a little bit too cheesing the system.
But if I had
Um,
things like bleed and burn, it would be applied to all of them.
Right.
Okay, I'm fine with this, but I had to ask once Taylor brought it up.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. It's better to know now than be like, wait, can we do this? We've been doing it wrong the whole time.
Yeah. No, I would say that no, it would not trigger the effects.
No,
It's
I think
just the
it's
damage.
just the extra damage and any effects that trigger on the first one, other than burst or gun fu that are just extra targets getting hit. Also,
Yeah.
just reflect
like-
reflect around.
Persistent. It would get piercing, obviously, because it's taking
Right.
shots from the piercing weapon.
Yeah.
Radioactive.
Well, no, I'm just saying with the gun fu portion of it.
Yeah, with the gun fu and the burst, it's basically just hitting additional targets. So that's not going to start like pinging off of itself to hit like ping back or ping to additional
Right.
people or whatnot. But things
Right.
like burning or bleed or persistent, etc., would just kind of reflect around to all the hit targets because they're effects of the shots hitting.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the gun fu would still kick off the effect on the individual target, yes, but not necessarily like to the extent of like, oh, I can just use burst to target the same guys again. No.
It's just kind of a bit vaguely written.
Yeah, no, that's
I get what you're going with, but
that's why I was asking. It's like I had 4 potential bursts. Actually, yeah, because I hit Gunfu burst. I would have had like 1 additional burst left, which is why I was asking if I could like ping it back. But no, that's fine.
No,
That's
no.
fine.
All right. Okay, so is that going to be it for your turn?
I would ask
Yes,
a separate
I will
rules question.
I will let my barrel cool down.
The
All right,
second
go ahead.
rules question regarding Gun Fu says when you succeed at a ranged attack, would that mean that he does all the damage, burst, and all that before activating Gun Fu?
I believe so. Yes, I triggered it on the early just to let you know I was going to use it.
No, because it's just a succeed at a range attack.
Well, yeah, but
not
no,
on-
like I would
not on
I
a
spent
specific amount of damage.
yes, but I spent my ammo and my AP before making the attack.
Oh, okay.
Which
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
actually
getting at.
I still have 5 AP left because I hit with a success too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I was asking about
Oh,
because
You know
he
what?
doesn't need to declare it until he succeeds, so he's not wasting ammo and AP.
Right. Yes. Okay.
Let me double
yes.
check something. You know what? I'm gonna re-roll that blank die.
Oh.
Concentrated fire.
Oh, yes, right.
2
Yeah, there you
additional
go.
damage.
Okay, good enough.
9 damage. Yep, no, he's dead.
Need
Oh.
something for poor Thomas.
Almost forgot about that.
All right.
I would have
Thomas.
completely forgotten that existed if it wasn't for the discussion about Gun Fu.
Uh-huh.
Your turn. You do have 2 more ghouls running up the hallway.
Yeah, but they're a
Looking
little
very
too
angry.
far for me to really pop off because my range is a close range. 50,
Yeah, they're just outside.
Yeah, so you'd have to like
So-
hold till they get closer.
Or
yeah,
shoot
pretty
at
much,
the difficulty too.
pretty much ready to action.
All right. So holding action until they get within range. Okay. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and delete these guys. Oh, screw you, game. Hang on a second here, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, it gets rid of it. It's
Yeah.
based on the token you use.
Yeah.
Sometimes if
there.
I've got a big group, I'll have an extra token on the GM layer just so I can stick the initiative on it.
Yeah. I do that when I'm running for you guys. I just have like the enemies you're going to be fighting like in the fog of war off to the side.
All right, there we go. All right, MPRO 7, your turn.
Seeing that everything has gone very efficiently so far, but not silenced for the first set of shots, I'm gonna back up and prepare to do another defibrillator attack on anything that gets near my human friends.
All right. Out of curiosity, are you facing towards the door more so?
They seem to have the door thing pretty well in hand. I'm more concerned about things that are going to come from other directions. So I am facing. I got a little bit of attention on the door, but mostly upward, mostly northward,
Okay.
and a little westward too, just in case there's anything else that might have hurt us.
All right. Hang on a second. There we go. Okay. So you're holding your action to defibrillate the first thing that comes in your range.
Melee
in
reach,
this
effectively, yeah.
Yeah. In this case here, I'm going to go ahead and move this guy first. And he actually does make it to here.
Oh, hello.
Yes. As a ghoul actually rounds the corner and is just blitzing its way. Surprisingly, oh, actually, you know what? Hang on a second here. Let me go ahead and give me one of these. Okay. For some strange reason, you guys can kind of tell it's fixated its gaze, surprisingly, actually on Axel for some reason. That's just the way that I rolled it.
No, that's fair.
So it doesn't really pay you too much attention, NPR 07.
Yeah, I'll finish it. Thank you.
However, I would say that because your attention was focused more so in this direction, I would say this would be the time that you could trigger your melee.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm gonna do. Shaboobadoop.
Whoa, jeez, Lord, yeah, that hits.
I can re-roll the 16, actually. So that's six successes.
Yeah, you definitely hit this guy. All right, roll for damage.
That is a motherfucking clothesline.
That is exactly how I wanted to play. I just hold my arm and, like, right into the defibs effect and just like comedy hour like rotates under my arm and convulses on the ground. That's what I want this to do.
I would say that because of the number of successes you have, it definitely, and the fact that you do have stun and you did roll for it, it does stun this guy. Oh, there we go.
Hit location, if it matters.
It doesn't really matter at 2 damage, unfortunately.
That's fine. Then I can just say what I want, and I just clothesline him like across the neck.
Yes.
As he's running, I just hold my arm up and just go.
He does do that fun little twirl around your arm, surprisingly, actually, before falling down on his back, still convulsing from the electrical discharge he just took. He'll be able to jump up easily enough, but he is stunned for 2 turns.
Wait, let me check something real quick.
Go ahead.
I
believe you can use...
I can use my AP for extra melee damage.
You can use it for extra melee damage, and I believe you can use it to reroll failed damage.
Not base.
Oh,
I don't have any traits that allow me to do that, but
okay.
we'll take...
Oh my gosh!
I'm just gonna do the first 3 because
Okay.
I forgot that it re-rolls the original and then adds some onto it, so it's just
okay.
just 2 extra damage.
Okay, is that what it's doing? All right, so unfortunately not enough to do a crit. But yeah, that's still more than enough though. And he's
everything is
out
something.
Like 4 frickin' turns, the poor guy.
And I don't spend any of my AP for those extra dice because I got 6 frickin' successes.
All right.
Cautious nature I really like, actually. Just mitigate a lot of my own bad luck. If I spend AP on an action that rolls a skill check, like an attack or an actual skill check, I can re-roll one of the dice. Which is really nice.
All right. So that's those 2 guys. Unfortunately, they don't quite make it, but they do make it out. Alrighty, so the next two ghouls do not quite have enough to swing at you two, but Thomas and Axel, you do have two ghouls that just run up to your guys' faces.
It's
Thomas.
Is it plus
Yep,
one?
I get my old action.
The first one would actually be this guy here.
Is it plus one difficulty after this for when they're in melee?
If they're in melee, yes.
And are there opportunity
Fine.
attacks in this game?
Not really, no. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, Thomas.
All right,
Yeah,
so I'm making my shot while they are on their way towards us.
It's plus one difficulty for every range bracket you are outside of it. Yeah,
Definitely
no.
more than a success. Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's a critical success. That's a natural one.
Very nice.
What the fuck is up with my
Oh
damn
my
dice
gosh.
Oh
today?
my god.
I'm just gonna go on ahead and spin that luck point now.
All right, go ahead.
First three.
Okay.
Much better.
That's
Much
a lot better. So that's
That's-
giving you 5 total.
Yep, 5 damage.
Alright.
And then the D20.
Yep.
That is
11.
the left arm.
Okay, so I mean, unfortunately, that still gives the ability to attack, but that definitely hurts. I don't really have crud. All right, we'll just go with this for right now.
I mean, it's not a crit. It's just so if it's not a critical amount of damage, then it only matters for like armor.
Basically yes, but 5 damage is the critical threshold. So,
I thought it was 6.
no, I'm pretty sure it's 5. Yeah, it's 5.
Okay, this is my mistake.
But all right, so yeah, you do blow this first one's arm clean off, Thomas, as it's kind of running out the door, hooks down to the side a little bit here, mostly to get out of the way of the other ghoul to come in. But its arm that was going to strike Thomas or Axel with just got shut off, so kind of just does this funky little swing with a snub. And the other one just barely makes it out. And just kind of roars or kind of just hisses in your face, like almost.
Yeah, and your mother.
All right, Axel. It would be in this particular case a +1 difficulty.
Are you all right? It sounds like someone stepped on a cat.
Oh, hold on a second. It might not be.
Yeah, typically, so the typical thing is it's +1 difficulty for every range increment it is out of the given increment. So,
Yeah, no, I know. Hold on.
Oh, he's looking at his perks and whatnot.
All right, so
I believe his weapon attachments might be more relevant here, yes?
Possibly.
nope.
Okay.
Oh, is it actually attachments? I don't think it is.
I believe there's attachments to
No,
change them to pistols.
this is not attachment. Toss the sling 10 mil back onto my back. Pull out the plasma gun I have.
Okay, plasma pistol or
Oh, it's close quarters, isn't it?
Plasma
Yeah.
gun is a close quarters weapon. Yes.
yep. All right.
And going to make a attack against the second one coming out.
Okay, so this one up here.
Yep.
Okay. Definitely a success.
Okay. I actually. What is the cost to add damage dice?
Ammo. So in this case here, it's plasma cartridges.
No, it's AP for extra
No, that's for physical.
extra damage. Oh, is that just for physical?
That's for me.
Yeah, it's only for melee attacks.
Yeah.
Okay, yep, there it is. It's in like one of those little side boxes.
Yes.
Okay. Then, yep, no, we are just going to hit him. It's a fire rate 1 gun, so I can add an extra damage dice with fire rate.
You can,
Mhm.
yes.
which is perfect.
All right, 5 damage. All right, roll for location.
Well, hold on.
Oh, okay, good point. Yep.
Because
That's right.
I'm going to spend one of my non-existent, one of my floating action points to gunfu this.
Okay, go ahead.
So that does take an ammo, which
Okay.
means that this is a 3 ammo shot in total, which is fine. Also, why did my plasma gun just lose all of its ammunition?
I have no idea.
Because some sort of weird glitch is happening. I don't know what.
Okay, we're gonna do it this way. So that's 71, which makes that 71, which makes that 71. No, now they're deciding to update. Okay.
All right, so you're doing the 5 damage again to the bottom one.
And
I'm
because I
assuming correct.
spent at least 1 ammunition on a ranged attack to increase the damage, I can reroll up to 3 of my damage dice,
All right.
which is my 3 missed shots.
Okay.
7 damage.
Still alive, but roll for location.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
That
Uh,
seems familiar.
Okay, so you hit it in the right leg. So this guy here falls down to the ground.
Darn it, Killjaw, infecting other games.
And I'll backstep one step out, and
All right.
that's gonna be my turn. Yeah,
All
no,
right.
unfortunately, my combat turns are a little bit longer because I'm trying to figure out which all of my perks and everything to use, because everything is centered around gunplay.
It's kind of like D&D 3.5,
Yes.
where this kicks off this, kicks off this, kicks off this.
Congratulations, you're now in a demi-plane with a -20 to all of your stats. I've never done that before.
No, it definitely doesn't sound like that's some experience.
All right, Thomas, your turn. You got the one ghoul on the ground in front of you, and
What?
another ghoul just to your left that just got clotheslined by MPR-07.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish this one off.
All right. That's definitely going to be more than enough.
Very nice.
Please damage.
Oh
dice.
my god!
Let's go!
Now that seems closer to the average roll.
Of course, I love how it happens to the guy who only has 1 freaking hit point left.
You just
Well-
straight up execution shot him.
Yeah.
It's like,
All the D20
ah.
was there.
It's like
Oh.
his leg is missing, his arm is missing. He's trying to like lopsidedly like push himself back up. And
I
Thomas
just
over here just walks over.
I
Just,
gunned his head and just pulled the trigger.
yeah, Thomas
Yeah.
over here just walks over, just soccer kicks the fucking arm out from under him, just puts the gun on the back of his head and just pulls the trigger.
Yep. Just blows it so there's nothing left. All right, that last zombie is, well, dead.
I wanted to roll my attack.
Go for it. Roll your attack.
I'll spend an additional dice because I'll probably just get it back.
Oh,
I'm gonna
no!
reroll that 20. I get to reroll the 20, and it's a 7, which gives me a success.
Yes, yes.
Karma almost bit you there.
See, this is why I got that trait.
Roll for damage.
All right,
Oh.
4 energy damage and stun.
Oh, well, there's only a
alright.
moderate pop.
Yeah, well, it's not technically dead, but being that Axel is next up, and I don't want Axel to waste more ammo.
How many
Uh,
bullets do you think I can spend on one zombie?
Do I hear a 7? 7, 8? Anyone?
Give it time, he'll get up there.
Just
Wait till he
wait.
gets the minigun.
Well, the minigun's going on the roof of our truck. Just wait until
Oh.
I'm able to start spending 2 or 3 ammo to gun food 2 or 3 targets.
Oh God.
All right. So
Then we'll have. Then we'd be playing pinball if the rulings that Taylor was asking for previously came into effect.
All right, break all of that. Okay. So you guys have pretty safely and convincingly cleared out this building.
Oh, I will
Um,
note something that I think we forgot. If
Go
you
for it.
take an additional major action during your turn, the difficulty of whatever you're doing is increased by 1.
I don't think
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think anyone did.
We didn't do that this time. We did forget
I-
about that a couple of games ago. Yes,
I
but
thought somebody took an additional major action at one point, but I'm probably misremembering. But yes, that's something to just be aware of.
No, I could have on my last round in the combat, but I was just like, oh, let everyone finish one off. Everyone gets their turn to take out an enemy.
I'm sure it has nothing to do with saving the ammo.
No, I would have just spent 1 ammo to shoot the other one in the head. I gave that to Thomas. I mean, if I was burning AP like that, to be fair, I had 2 floating AP at the end of the turn, but if I was burning AP like that, it would just feel like needlessly kill stealing from other people in the party.
I want to imagine that, like, the one I clotheslined, I just bend over, put the hand on its chest, and apply defib until it's dead.
Apply defib until you hear pop.
Dead. Live. 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 Live.
Please do not resist.
Alright. Do we want to search the building while we're here?
That is entirely up to you guys.
That does seem like a good thing to do.
I am gonna
Oh.
try to...
Oh,
Well, is this door open when we get in there and, like, peek around the corner?
Oh, sorry. My apologies, a little distracted. Which door?
The door, like, if we come in, like, it
This one?
seems clear. There are stairs here?
Yes, that is supposed to be stairs.
Okay, stairs there. Is this door closed?
Yes. I mean, slightly ajar, but closed enough where
Okay.
you would hear or see something shambled through there.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering if, like, I was going to just, like, streamline it by just, like, being like, oh, I'm gonna stealth and close that door, or at least try to, but no, if it's just, like, slightly ajar, that's fine. It's not gonna really affect us at all.
It's not going to really affect you guys that much.
So yeah, let's search the
Yeah.
building, check the basement.
search the building, get supplies, make sure there's no other issues going to come out as soon as they hear something.
Yeah.
All right, so that is perception and survival rolls.
And actually, that's something that I think Axel will do. He'll help them search these 2 rooms after, like, checking around here, seeing the door closed. He'll help them search these first 2 rooms, and then while they're searching the big room, he's gonna try to sneak and take a peek in the basement to make sure we're clear.
Okay.
Sounds like a good plan. So, what was it again to roll?
Perception, survival.
Perception, survival.
I am just very unlucky with scavenging, but to be fair, I don't have, like...
The greatest perception
Actually-
survival?
Hold on, let me check something.
Oh shit! I don't know what the hell happened there.
The difficulty of the test is reduced by 1, so if it's a difficulty 1 test, I succeed. I have robotic sensor arrays that make me better at finding stuff and perceiving things generally.
Very nice. Love it.
And I can see non-usually visible stuff like infrared, electromagnetic spectrum, radiation, night vision, all the fun things.
Spoilers, because I know we can use a luck point to ask for something specifically. correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Possibility, yeah.
Cool, I want 9mm ammo.
All
Surprising
right.
absolutely no one.
right. So yeah.
Matter of fact, I will spend a luck point to do the same. He is pretty much just going through his ammo while I only spent 3 shots this entire.
Well, if you have something you're looking for, do it. Because I still have 68 10mm ammo and 71 ammo for like plasma gun, laser muskets, etc. I'm specifically looking for the 9 because it's my higher fire rate, and I only have 5 bullets left.
I understand that, but the only gun I'm good with is my plasma pistol, and I still got 58 ammo of that.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's something we haven't been doing.
0 in melee weapons and 0 in small guns. The only reason I'm good with a plasma pistol is it goes off my science.
Yep.
Energy.
So here's something we haven't been doing because, again, it's one of the little pop-out things. If an enemy is unaware of you before you attack, the difficulty to attack them is reduced by 1 to a minimum of 0, and your attack gains the vicious damage effect if it did not already have it.
Oh, crud.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
now I get to do more murder.
Which
Yeah.
is just a bonus damage per effect die roll.
So you have sneak attack damage.
Yay!
Okay, yeah.
That seems necessary.
Killjoy has been appeased.
And I will also point out, because this seems like it's very strong, if the difficulty to hit your opponent is 0, you do not need to roll to hit them, but may still decide to do so, generating action points and complications as normal.
Yes.
So you can't just auto-hit enemies that are difficulty 1 and don't see you.
Yay.
I do remember that. I just, to be perfectly honest, kind of forgot because it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's also in a little pop-out instead of, like, the core rules somewhere.
Yeah.
But yes, I do remember reading that. Okay, so, hang on just a second here. First of all, let's go ahead and get the 9mm out of the way. So,
Sorry,
that
but
is
not.
going to be, yep, there it is. And... Okay, so that is 13 9mm ammo right away. And, I'm sorry, Thomas, I got a little distracted. Were you still going to ask for extra 9mm ammo as well?
Yes.
Okay. So,
That's 1 luck point, right?
yes. Okay, so that is another total 27 9mm ammo right off the bat. Get that out of the way.
There you go, Silent.
Thanks,
Add that to your total.
I'm at
All
32
right.
9mm ammo until the next fight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I do have a question.
Go ahead.
Was this considered a difficulty 1 test that I would succeed at?
Oh, because it's automatic for you, right? Yes, technically. When it comes to scavenging, I base it more so upon the number of successes you get. That way, everybody is going to get something. It's just if you don't get any successes, you will get very, very little.
Okay.
So, yes, I will count that you still count as a single success at the very least. But
It's just I don't get any bonus stuff. Okay, cool.
Right.
My follow-up question was going to be how many luck points did it take to get a stealth field, but, that's probably pushing the find stuff with luck points too much.
You're in a
More than
relatively
fighting...
base, first of all. And this is a place that you would possibly find, like, espionage and whatnot, as you're looking at a bunch of office rooms and such, where somebody might want to try to sneak in to get information. It is not entirely outside the realms of possibility, however, is a bit of a rare item as well. I would say it would be 2 luck points in this case.
Give me a second to pull it up. Just make sure I'm... Because I think it's worth it, but I want to make sure it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, stealth field, which would... take up my third mod slot anyway.
Oh, you're looking for the mod slot stealth field generator. Okay.
It's a robotic robot
okay,
module.
okay. I was thinking of the stealth boy. My apologies. Okay.
Which was part of the reason I was saying it might be a bit much for that.
You know what? I would up it to 3 luck points.
Ooh.
Costly. But again, it's possible they could have been researching it in a place like this. This is Area 51.
You know what? I don't think any of us have Robotics Expert 1, so it'll have to wait until we level up anyway, but unless Diego does.
Robotics expert. Let's go on my perks. I have nuclear physicist, science, and skilled.
Okay, so this would have to wait to install until somebody was able to, like, take Robotics Expert 1, because I don't believe I have anything that allows me to install things on myself more easily or anything. But I think it is worth it to have just for the future.
Okay.
So I will spend the 3 luck points.
Okay.
Oof.
All right. So you do indeed find that a stealth field generator module. Let me see here real quickly. Blah 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 blah. Actually, you know what? I need to open up this screen. Actually.
Actually, hold on. Let me see. Okay, I think I'm actually going to say I'm gonna backtrack on that because I already do have 3 modules.
Okay.
But that does noticing that I can reroll one of the d20s on my perception check because of the sensor array.
Okay. Yep.
So yeah, it's kind of a wash.
Oh no! And that's a critical failure.
Interesting.
I
guess I just find nothing.
ooh,
I guess that's not a huge deal. But I
Or
feel
yeah.
like there's
Or like,
how much else is there that could go wrong in searching, like in
you're
finding supplies?
like you could be searching an area and like something could happen that like
let's
makes it
see
so that we
here.
can't search it, but you don't find anything, so we find less stuff.
Okay.
I feel like that would be a bit unfair to the party, though.
You find a box of pencils. It's really just counted as scrap materials. But it will count, surprisingly, actually, as 9 scrap materials.
You find a box of
I'm gonna-
pencils, but they're all number 3s.
Yes.
They're not number 2 pencils.
So just common materials.
Yeah. Well, you have to scrap them to become common material, or you have to use a scavenger to turn them into common materials.
Oh,
They
it's
are
just
technically
scrap.
just junk. 9 pieces of scrap at this point.
Junk. I'm just trying to find it in the compendium.
I don't know if junk is actually in the compendium.
I'm putting in my other stuff then.
But yeah, junk is what you have to use scavenger perk in order to turn into crafting materials.
Cool. I have how many?
9. Surprisingly, you got a little bit of a lucky roll there.
I
But yeah,
found
that's-
pencils.
That's
Huzzah.
all you find. I do have to call it quits in a little bit here, guys. It's getting late and the family's trying to go to bed. But we'll finish up this scavenger run for everybody. Okay, so next up, I'm going to jump over to Thomas. So, Jacob. Let me see here. Okay, so you find 2 successes. That's a decent amount. All right. You find okay. 3 20mm rounds, which is in the extended ammos rule list.
Okay.
And you also find 6 30-odd 6. And let's see here real quickly. Looking, what is that? That is, oh, hey, okay. Bad roll. 9 10mm rounds.
Silent, you need 10mm?
Always.
Yay!
9 10mm.
Yay!
All right, let's see
9,
here.
that brings me up to 77. Perfect.
All right. Wait, what?
What did I find?
Not you, Silent. Sorry, I'm still on Jacob.
Oh.
I don't want to give you that.
What
but
did you roll?
let me
He's
see.
fudging the rolls. He's fudging the rolls. What did we
Come on,
get?
Come on, tell me.
Oh, come on. No, that's
Come on, what? It's twice in a row now. What did we get?
okay.
Come on, Dan, you're better at lying.
It's an essential roll if you want to
Alright.
fudge
You know
rolls.
what? Just for the fun of it. Thomas, where are you? You are there. Okay.
You found a pallet of tomahawks.
So, Thomas, searching around this room, there's a bunch of other stuff you are going to find in here.
You find a junk jet and rolled up porno mags.
God only knows what the fuck is going on. Okay, you know what? I'm going to cheat here a little bit, though, and do this instead. You find, as you're looking around, you're searching around this table here. This corner here is a little bit dark, surprisingly. Hard to see until you actually trip over a frame of power armor's suit. Foot. That surprisingly has a T-45 chest piece on it as well.
Okay, so I've just found a T-45 chest piece. T-45
and the
chest.
power armor frame. It is on the power armor frame. So you have a power armor currently.
Wait, the whole thing or just the foot? Because that seemed much better.
No, the power armor frame itself. He tripped
I
over
tripped
the
over the
foot
foot.
of the power armor frame.
I
That
was hoping it was
also
just the
has
foot.
A T-45 chest piece on it.
Now, what had you originally rolled for?
I'm not telling you.
Please do. This is gonna be hilarious.
Fine. Upon closer inspection, it's actually a T-51 chest piece.
That's even better.
Why is that on your random loot table?
It's on the random loot table. What do
Why?
I do about
Why
it?
is it?
Why?
Why? That's
Also,
the
you can
question.
totally just,
is why is
like,
it on your
You
random
can
loot
totally
table?
modify it and say like, oh, you found power suit, but it's in really bad condition, so you'll have to spend resources to repair it.
Yeah.
You
You
found
got
it,
it
but
that
like
way.
it's just the foot.
To be fair here, it is a bit of a lucky roll. The surprising part is the fact that he got the power armor chest piece with it.
Oh my
You also do get a okay, and it is leather leg armor.
Just the foot. There we go.
Yes, there. Somebody had strapped the leather leg piece to the power armor's foot.
Oh, that's gonna get removed.
And I will say that no, actually, to be completely fair here, because yes, it was really good rolls for you guys. No, the power armor frame and T-51 in this particular case are actually surprisingly both in fairly good condition. Rusty a little bit in places.
I
But
have a question.
Nothing a quick bit of a Braxo won't fix.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Can robots wear power armor?
No.
Ah,
Nice try.
Can robots have power armor integrated into them to give them super punching abilities?
We can look into that later, but that's going to require a lot of air science and maybe even some other bullshit.
It just turned him into a full-on like assault robot. Just be like he folds the frame off of his arms to do the medical work, and then he just puts it back on to punch things.
Yeah,
That'd be so cool
we can
and
look
super
into
broken.
shit like that later.
Would
All
you
right,
like to do all of the damage with your punches? Yes.
let's see here. You also find, okay, interesting, an army helmet,
That
a
Okay.
a formal hat.
So army helmet and formal hat.
I'm going to save this one for later. I'm gonna save that for last. You do find another couple of things, but I'm not gonna reveal that last one to you just yet. Okay, you find some sugar bombs. These are these are regular sugar bombs, so if they're irradiated normally, they are indeed irradiated.
Mm-hmm.
Corn. I'm gonna say non-irradiated on that corn. And a Tato. The Tato is
What's he doing out of the warp?
what? Oh, gosh.
okay.
NPR 07. You take 1 point of damage as your circuits backfire with that bad one.
one point electrical psychic damage. The ghost in the machine did not like that one.
No, I didn't. Keep 40k out of Fallout. Wait, I'm putting 40k in.
Says the man who used
Says the man who used
tokens.
Space
You know
Marines
what?
for power armor
I'll let you
tokens.
take that point of damage back. It's okay.
I'll just admit right now, anytime somebody says take psychic damage because you told a bad joke at the table, I literally just ignore it.
That's okay.
Hey,
To be honest, I don't actually ever mean it.
Yeah, if anyone actually meant it, then they deserve to be ignored.
Hey, NPR, can you swing over here for a sec? You still have one of those power
Fusion cores.
fusion cores?
1 second.
Yeah, unfortunately, I put all of mine down in the bunker.
I left all of the fusion cores that I had on me at the truck as was requested.
I'm starting to wish we held on to one. I got myself a pretty little find here.
You can use it, but you will use a major action to move.
Well, I got some down at the bunker that I brought in, so we can grab those and bring them back over.
I have acquired what appear to be off-brand writing utensils.
Let's see here. This is...
By the way, if NPR comes in to look inside the room, you'll see Diego in the power armor.
All right. Okay, and screw you.
Perhaps it would be best to return this to the bunker before proceeding.
It might be an idea.
Come on.
By the
Stop being a pain.
I'm more impressed
There we
by
go.
the chest armor that it came with.
How heavy is it?
Oh, dude, it's heavy. Ride the fuck.
Not to mention the fact that he's moving in a suit that has hydraulic actuators, so moving is more difficult if it's not helping you.
All right. So, Jacob, I dropped in a power armor character sheet. Use that to put on the power armor stats.
I'm probably going to need help with that. We'll probably jump into that tomorrow because you gotta get off here in a minute.
Yeah. We'll worry about that later, but that's what that's going to
Phrasing.
be for right now. Oh gosh, dang it all. Another point of psychic circuit damage.
Yeah, psychic damage wouldn't do a whole lot against a robot, I feel.
Shut up. You take psychic damage too. No. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay.
Buttons fall, everyone dies.
I'm the only one who has not yet taken psychic damage.
All right.
No, that happened earlier today. And most times you talk with me.
Alrighty. Okay. A couple other things here. I'm gonna try to get through this real quickly. Thomas, you take 2 Nuka-Colas full and a rum.
Post-apocalyptic rum and coke?
Yep.
What kind of luck do you have? You found a power armor suit and rum and coke?
Damn fucking straight, I did.
His luck isn't stopping.
No.
You find a stim pack, a rad axe, and a dirty water. I don't know if that counts as luck or not, but you let me know. And okay.
What was hold on, after the stim pack, what was the between stim pack and dirty water?
Rad axe.
Thank you. That is actually good too.
See, not that one. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's take a look around here. Okay. No. Let's see. Gimme. Come on, stop it. All right. You find a. This is in the special weapons list. A automatic rifle, which I believe you guys already have one of those, but you also find a 44 pistol and okay. Yeah, I like that one. Laser musket.
That one runs off of science, right?
Yes.
I might hold on to that one.
Okay. The laser musket is actually, I'll have to look up to that one later on. It is going to have 1 or 2 mods on it already. In this particular case, just because it's a laser musket, and I'll look into that later on.
Laser musket is energy weapon perception.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So that's good for you. Hey, you found one of the missing pool cues. Don't know why it was in this room.
Must be somebody's personal cue.
Never mind. For some reason, somebody was stashing the pool cues in this room. You find 2 total, and a lead pipe. Let me see here real quickly. There's a couple other things you find, so give me a second here. That is 31 bottle caps. And not the greatest. 6 pieces of junk that can be turned into common materials through scavenging perk.
So yeah. Okay.
All right. There is one other thing you find here, but I'm going to get to that later. Let me get through Silent here real quickly. All right. Silent. I didn't. Yes, I kind of realized that too, but you know what? It kind of works in for a fun thing. All right, interesting. Silent. One of the first things you find is 5 50 cal ammo. Okay.
The power suit and the lead pipe made me think somebody had some very confusing ideas about pool.
5.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Holy cow! That's 3, 4. Okay, yeah, that's 14 plasma cartridges, and okay,
Plasma
wow, that's
cartridge.
a fair amount there. Hang on a second. Okay, so that is going to be a total of. Oh, hang on. Actually, I need to count that there. Okay, so a total of 4 fusion cores.
More fusion cores.
There's the fusion core I need for my suit.
Let me see here real quickly. Okay. A bit odd, but you know what? Heck with it. Okay, that one's a good one. And oh my god, why?
Did I get power armor too?
Hang on a second here. Okay.
He's like, if
That's
I reroll
fair
this
enough.
enough times, no.
All right. What the hell is going on? All right. So, all right.
boy.
So you find somebody seems to have taken like a piece of a Jeep's hood and have been fashioning it into a metal chest piece. So you find metal armor chest piece.
Oh, would help fix the
Standard.
spell.
You find medium
Wait.
dog armor. Oh, sorry.
Metal armor. Chest piece. Metal. It's just called metal chest piece.
Yes. Yeah. The wording of it gets weird. Sorry.
No, that's fine. I just had to find it. Okay.
Okay. And which room are you in? I got too many things open right now.
I'm down at the bottom room.
Okay. So, all right. So, on this table right here, God only knows why, you find a T-51 arm.
That goes with my power armor.
Just playing
So I
some
got a
very
T51
intense games of
chest.
pool.
Right arm. For future reference, for you guys. It does kind of matter on the power armor.
Where is that in the? Okay, T
51.
51 arm.
All right. Next up, you find. Let's see here. Casual clothing. Heavy coat.
Casual clothing.
And a sack hood with a hole in one side and a very dark stain on the other.
An execution hood.
Well, it says sack hood. It's like, you know what? Let's add in a little bit of flavor.
You know, part of me is just interested in the fact that my character, much like a monk in D&D, actually has very few items in this game that are useful to him. The other part of me is thinking, man, these scavenging rolls.
Let's see here. I mean, they got 2 successes, so that's why they're finding a lot of things.
Well, still, I feel like there should be like a rarity cap on the things you can find.
I mean, I'm a little bit surprised. Yes.
You should
but,
probably
I mean,
amend your.
I might do a little bit more amending a little bit later on because I mean, literally, that is the random armor rolls. So, I guess the one thing I should have maybe changed a little bit is how many pieces of armor you guys are finding. But he still found the power armor frame and the chest piece right away.
And then I got an arm.
Yeah. Okay, you find cram, yum yum deviled eggs.
Okay, so I find yum yum deviled eggs. Did you say ham?
Cram. C-R-A-M.
Think of it like spam.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, so cram. Yum yum deviled eggs.
And
complete with the yum 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 radiation.
Yeah. And food paste.
Yay, more food paste.
I don't believe food paste is irradiated, but if it is, this one is not.
It is not. No.
Okay. Let me see here. Okay. You find a beer, Brahmin milk.
Yay, beer.
And a purified water.
ramen.
I mean,
well.
it is a little resource intensive, to be fair, for the power armor.
Yes.
You need to spend time repairing it if you take
Actually.
any damage while you're wearing it.
Yeah.
It takes 1 fusion core charge per fight.
We're doing per day this particular case, but yes.
And you said 1 purified water?
Yes.
Okay.
Some stuff possibly for NPR here, but you find a Medex,
Medex.
antibiotics,
Another antibiotics. Okay.
and a Radaway diluted.
Okay.
Let's see here. You find a assault rifle.
Is it the R75?
No, this is a standard assault rifle.
That's in. Okay, that's basic equipment assault rifle. Oh, all right.
I mean, it's also fair, just another side thought. This is a really prime looting location.
Yeah, this is a military base, so a little bit of this is because of that. Okay. You find a combat shotgun. And a laser pistol. Or actually, it is going to be counted as a laser rifle. It is going to have a stock, standard stock, and
So just a laser gun.
yes, it's going to be a laser gun instead.
And that is going to have a
Standard stock.
standard stock for energy
And
weapons.
it is going to have a. Oh, wait a minute. Shit. Crap. I lost that page. You know what? Let me go over here.
Something for the future. Looking at the scavenging rules. I don't know if you want to change this, but according to the rules, succeeding by a higher amount does not give you more stuff.
It's a way that I am doing it.
Okay. That's perfectly
So-
fine. I'm just saying, if you didn't know that was the basic rule, that is. And again, it's just your way of doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not
no,
the guy who'll say the rules say this, so you have to do it. I'm the guy who'll say the rules say this, so if you're doing it differently, just know that it is doing it differently.
Okay. Shit. I cannot find that right now, so I'll get back to you on the receiver that it has later.
Okay.
All right. You also find a walking cane, a tire iron,
Walking cane.
and okay.
Well, those with the execution hood certainly tell a story.
and knuckles.
Jeez.
Just like his body is like he missing like his head or
Is it regular knuckles or Ugandan knuckles?
Regular knuckles.
Doesn't
Brass knuckles.
Oh,
okay,
those
a
don't
bit of a shit roll there. You find
wait.
12 bottle caps, but 17 junk.
12 bottle caps. Brings me up to 65. And which one of you wants to carry the junk?
I already have some junk in my trunk. Might as well add more.
Cool. Take what was it? How much was it?
17.
Take 17 more.
Make that 23.
Hmm?
Just everybody's giving their junk to poor NPR. Well, you have plenty of junk in your trunk
NPR,
now,
well,
NPR.
NPR is the one with the scrapper feet, so
That is true.
No, I'm not.
So.
I thought you did.
Nope.
He's just the one who was scrapping everything.
You allowed me to scrap some stuff because it was effectively actually good stuff.
Oh, that's right.
Well,
Okay, yeah.
you don't-
Instead of just like random crap, it was like an assortment of electrical components and
Okay, right.
to be
right,
fair,
right.
you don't
Unique
want
situation.
Axel scrapping anything.
also we have not encountered any computers yet. I'll talk to them eventually.
All right. Okay. The last thing, Thomas, in your area, you actually find in an opposite corner, actually, I would say, kind of up here in this corner here, you find a cabinet turned over on its side, almost creating like a bit of a barricade with one or two chairs piled up as well. On the other side of it, you find a skeleton with a
Human?
still in decent condition, but obviously very weathered vault jumpsuit. One thing of surprising note about this jumpsuit,
Mm-hmm.
there's no numbers on it anywhere.
That is odd.
There is not necessarily any sign of immediate struggle in this specific. Actually, you know what? I'd like you to. You know what? I should change this up a little bit. Roll me perception and survival, or you know what? I'll go ahead and say if you want to, you can use science as well.
Oh wow.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Oh no. Use something to re-roll that critical failure.
Yeah. Yeah. How many action points do we have?
It's a luck point to reroll.
Okay, so definitely using a luck point.
Or it has like good.
Okay, there you go.
Let's go.
That's
Critical
Oh,
failure to
okay,
critical
okay.
success.
So,
two successes now.
all right. So, at a quick glance around, you kind of actually give yourself a bit of whiplash at first, because this is really surprising to you, and it takes you a second or two to recover. But you kind of notice something a bit odd. There's no signs of struggle, but there's obvious signs of trauma to the jumpsuit itself, especially, but even to the what remains of the skeleton. There would actually be a little bit of indication that the skeleton kind of or the former occupant of this vault jumpsuit. It is a fully functional jumpsuit, vault jumpsuit. That is part of your scavenge, if you will.
Okay.
It almost, you can kind of see a little bit of this body seems to have drug itself here.
Well, that explains a lot about the executioner hood, the knuckles, the tire iron, and the walking cane.
Interesting.
This is a murder scene. This is literally a murder scene.
But again,
I
the
agree.
very interesting thing about this is, despite there being obvious signs, like I said, there's holes in the jumpsuit. Bullet holes, laser marks, possibly a little difficult to tell for certain. But it's clearly not wildlife damage. And
Ooh.
again, there's no numbers anywhere on this vault jumpsuit.
That is an interesting bit, though.
You are the only one who knows about that jumpsuit at this moment, though.
I'll go ahead and pick up the jumpsuit, but it's gonna need to ask the general about any intel of any vault tech vaults in the area.
Hey, can one of you give me a hand over here?
I think that's a perfect pause point right
I
there.
think that's going to be a good pause point for us. Yes. So, all right.
As I'm trying to carry this 130-pound power armor arm.
Drag it across the ground. All right, guys. That'll be the end of us for tonight. Yeah, it's a little bit later than I was hoping to end, but yeah. Yes, I think that's a good place for us to end.